Hail and well met boon companions, and welcome to an RPG Reanimator's It's Alive actual play presentation of Dungeon Crawl Classics. We are finishing up our crawl through the infamous Sailors on the Starless Sea, a zero-level funnel where a whole bunch of random peasants are thrown against the forces of chaos. Who will live and what will be left of them? I'm Colin, your judge for the evening, and let's introduce our amazing players and what sad sack peasants they still have left. Nathan, how you doing tonight?
I'm rocking and rolling. I've got three characters left, so not to brag, but my starter generated Wayland, the old unlucky perhaps elven sage, is still kicking around mostly by staying in the back. I've got Ulan the Gravedigger with his awesome berserker axe that has just been cleaving through enemies, and he'll live forever, I hope. And then lastly, we've got Alan the ineffective astrologer who just can't make a spear work.
Poor Alan, man. He's get. I hope he keeps trying though.
Statistically, he's great. In reality, absolute garbage.
Amazing. Beth, how about you? What's going on?
I have two characters left. I have Stanley, the elven navigator, with his spyglass and his sniper bow. And I've got Cordell, the healer, whose name I totally remembered and didn't have to be reminded of. And he's an old man with a holy water and a club.
Hell yeah, he's MVP. I love it. And Alex, what's going on, man?
We've got two characters left, just like Beth. We have the tragic halfling dyer capitalist Gubu Fene, whose brother tragically died via plant monster.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's rough. And then we have Chewy, the halfling hobo, whose entire personality is stealing people's money
Hmm.
and being a bad person.
I love it. I love it. Great. Well, if this is your first time joining us, or you just have the memory like me of like a goldfish, let's recap what happened last week on your island paradise, where you guys have been toiling in the fields and working your entire lives. Life's been pretty quiet and peaceful. That is until the ancient fortress of chaos, long since been a shrouded in mystery and ill omen and rumor, became active once again. Howls broke the night. Eventually, your local townsfolk went missing, drugged screaming from their beds or their fields up to this dread place. Eventually, the lot of you, this small hamlet or whatever, you've said enough is enough. We're sending our peasants up there to figure out what the hell's going on and put a stop to it. So up you went to the dread fortress. There you found the blacksmith's sons, sadly put out as scarecrows to prevent trespassers, but they were infested with some sort of horrific vine creatures, which killed at least two people before they even made it in. Deciding that you'd not rather not deal with the gatehouse, you skirted around the back to try to climb up a fallen wall into the fortress. That may have been a mistake, as Fort Presley caused a rock slide which wiped out like what 14 people, I think, or something like that. Um,
You can count them
but
on
you
one hand, barely.
you made your way inside, also finding a secret tomb underneath the rocks. In the tomb, covered in ice and fire and runes and other things, there was a giant, terrible warrior man on a bier, frozen into his like I don't know what it is, funeral slab, grasping a terrific axe. You managed to wrench free the axe, which Ulan now has. That group managed to make their way into underground passages beneath this fortress, while the group above explored a titanic rift in the ground that looked like it went 500 some feet down to something strange, hard to make out. You explored near a well, which almost sucked in Gobu, I think, was almost dragged screaming into this well by mysterious forces. Presley found the only tower, kicked open the door, ran in, where villagers were tied up. There were skins of animals and humans as well. But descending from above came a number of these horrific mutated beastmen who speared Presley really well. Unlike Alan, they know how to use a spear. Um, the group said nah to that and went down the tower, avoiding the beastmen. The two groups met up and then created an ambush point where first they let the beastmen run past, jumped out, and through lucky rolls and unlucky on mine, you guys handily wiped the floor with those dudes. Like I don't even think they got a single attack off. Um, Following them was this titanic bull roaring beast man, the head of a bull, screaming with rage, running down. You guys jumped into a chamber to kind of, make a last ditch stand, thinking, oh man, this is it. This guy's going to be tough. When Ulrich single handedly, with one swipe of his axe, felled this titanic beast man, Chaos Lord champion, who falls face down in a pool in this strange chamber. And that's where we are. Ulrich, you have just felled the beastman, but your blood rage seemed ill-sated. And even against your own better judgment, you swung the axe at Alan, narrowly missing him. And as you do, a figure in the corner, you see out of the corner of your eye, laughs at you. It's this titanic, hulking warrior. He has beard and armor completely frozen with ice, and he extends hands, tries to point, but there's no fingers there. They're snapped off, and he laughs at Ulrich. And that, my friends, is where we will begin. What are y'all doing?
Are we seeing this figure, or is it just Ulrich that sees him?
God,
No,
stop
it is
calling
just
Ulrich.
Ulrich.
That's your character.
Oh wait,
Ulan.
Ulan. I'm sorry.
Ulan.
Oh,
Ulan. Guys, there's a lot of these peasant
There,
dwarfs. I'm
there, there's a
trouble.
lot of, well,
a
yeah.
different system too. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
thinking is like I could stand to have some of that stone skin. Um, so this figure is just laughing at this like frothing Ulan who's still pushing the now drowned body down. But yes, good question. Do the others see this?
What's
No.
so funny? Oh,
Shovel strong,
why
shovel
are you laughing to
strong,
yourself?
shovel so strong. Because Ulan's got this like madman look to him, and you're
I
pretty
think
sure
we
this
should stay
thing's dead.
behind Ulan and stay out of sight.
That's a great idea. That's Cordell.
I love it. I love it.
Cordell, I do have to say I'm sorry your daughter passed.
Oh, she wasn't my daughter, just a poor soul that we brought in.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No relation. It's fine.
Looks like we're the only ones left. I'll look around the room.
All right. And I'm going to throw two things up. First is a map in the Discord, and we'll get to the other thing here in 1 second. You are in an area that's kind of in the upper right-hand portion of the map. There's like a long trough-looking thing in the middle. Wide stone stairs descend into a long hall. The walls are decorated with elaborate tile mosaics depicting foul ceremonies to horrific and baleful fiends. The walls are slick with condensation and black algae. The condensation runs in rivulets and collects in a long, brackish pool set in the center of the hall. And it is there which this Chaos Champion's body now floats. I'd like everybody to make a luck check. This is different than the luck roll. This is you roll a d20, add your luck modifier to it, and you tell me the result. And I'm looking for a 15 or better. So if anybody gets a 15 or better, let me know.
And we roll for all of our PCs.
Each character individually, yes.
Okay, Gubu got a 17, which is
Okay,
pretty good.
perfect.
Chewie got a 16, which is also pretty good.
Really good. No luck for Nathan or Beth?
Absolutely none. Didn't break 10.
All right.
Both twos. Two twos.
Two twos, not too good. Gubu and Chewy, you guys, you feel a strange compulsion. Like maybe you go over to look at the Beast Man's body or whatever, and you see that this pool blackened and everything with this gross looking water, but up from it has bubbled a number of skulls of various creatures. Human, you see some that have the elongation of an elf, maybe the squatness of a dwarf. And Gubu, you're a halfling, right?
Yes, Gubu is a half. They're both halflings.
Oh, they're both halfling. Two halfling skulls bubble up to the surface, and they kind of sit in a way they're floating, but their faces are upturned, and they're both looking at each of your characters, and you feel this feeling of hatred coming off of them, this anger and rage. And with your checks there, second here. Yeah, with your checks there, yeah, that's what you see. These two skulls. You feel this almost like a compulsion, and you can choose what to do with it, but in your mind, you feel this compulsion to take each skull. And it's up to you whether you choose to do so or not.
I think Chewie's gonna kind of meander up that pool. He's gonna grab the skull.
Okay. Yeah, you feel this just furious anger coming from it, but it's not animated or anything like that. It's just a halfling skull.
You can see him put it closer to his face. He's like, I don't like how you're looking at me. And then he's gonna smash it against the wall.
He's gonna throw it and smash it.
Of course.
All right. Give me an agility roll, please.
Yes. The agility roll is going to be an 11 total.
11 total. You throw it, wham, against the wall, and it doesn't break. It just like hits the wall. Maybe a chip gets knocked out of it, and it falls to the ground. And as you do that, behind you, another skull seems to bubble up to the surface, another halfling skull, and you just feel this intense anger coming off of it. And then another one follows, and then another, as this pool seems to be filled with the various like skulls, but these ones are bubbling up, and you know that they're specifically, it's like they're looking at you.
Stop it! Stop looking at me! And the club's gonna come out, and we're gonna play whack-a-mole.
Okay, wonderful. You take a few minutes to do that and smash them up. And while you're doing that, what is everybody else kind of doing in this room? Just let me know what you're doing.
I think Gubu is trying to get Chewie to stop.
Okay.
Like, what are you doing?
We could sell those.
Different business venture.
If there's nothing in this room, I mean, I think Stanley and Cordell are on mission. We're trying to find people to save.
Okay. So looking around the room then, there's a couple things that weren't in the description that you notice. If you look on the map, you see there's those little like alcoves at each of the four corners. Peering into each of those, you can see that each one looks like no doors anymore, but you might imagine them to be like a closet or a locker of some kind. And inside there's very old, so in each nook, there is a single very old, moth-ridden and moldy, like cloak. These are torn to hell and back, but you could still wear them potentially. And they're covered in bizarre sigils stitched in silver thread all over them. They give an ill look to them. And you could see that they like kind of cover the shoulders and a hood flaps up. And right at the center of where the hood would be is it's like an 8-pointed star, more or less. It almost looks like 8 arrows radiating out from a single point, emblazoned in this silver thread. Additionally, there's a lot going on here. Sorry. Not on the map, but on the northern wall where there is that like face on the map. Um, there is a small a recessed like a tunnel that's leading further in. Um, and as you approach that, you can just hear a moaning, like, help, is anyone there? Coming from that way. On the eastern wall, you can see it leads to stairs that go down, down, down into darkness. And let me also throw up in the chat here let me grab it, a picture of what's on the walls, as these things are covered in what the hell's I want to say? Uh
Frescoes.
yeah, frescoes. Thank you, thank you. I don't know why words have eluded me. So there are the two
Ooh.
frescoes. And that chamber to the north where you heard someone going, help me, that's kind of where the lightning bolt is on the one wall, if that makes sense. I know it
Mhm.
says east and west, but consider them like north and south. So take a look
If you're
at that.
if you're in the room, it's kind of if you come in the
Yeah,
doorway.
exactly, exactly. For the viewers at home, the frescoes, does someone want to describe these frescoes to the viewers at home?
Sure. The east wall has a person, it looks like probably in those robes that we just described, looking over a pit with tendrils coming out of it. That seems like trouble. There's a fun lightning bolt bisecting the image because on the other side, there's a figure holding a skull topped scepter and appears to be ready to sacrifice somebody on top of some pyre that might be on water. There's some interesting flowing shapes there. On the western wall, it looks like some sort of He-Man-esque duo, because I'd swear that that one on the left-hand side, also the same scepter, but different horns than the previous image. He's got that 8-point star on his chest and heads on his belt. He's hanging out with a masked individual armored with a really cool axe that I suspect Ulan has. And all around them, kind of bursting out, are all of these beastmen that seem to be doing some sick riffs with spears and just generally looking like trouble.
Good call. And in fact, when you look at that, the axe that Ulan has is an identical shape. Now, the carvings on the wall are a lot cruder, of course, but it's clear that this is the exact same shape. It's got the similar markings to it. It's this pockmark black iron that I doubt Ulan has ever seen before. And that's what you have. Wonderful. So, knowing all of that, I will give one last luck roll to Alex. Both of your characters are, um, near that pool. So I'm going to give one more luck roll, and this is the thing where you try to roll under your
All
luck.
right, all right.
Yeah,
Let's see what happens.
rather than a specific number, just a success
Oh,
or failure.
16 over for Gubu
Okay.
and 10 under for Chewy.
Chewy is your
Smashing.
yeah, smashing. You see, this water is kind of black and it's been still for a very long time. Um, but you see that definitely there's all these skulls here in the water, but you can see down to the bottom of the pool. It's maybe like 10, 12 feet deep. It's hard to estimate. It's all dark and you can't make out exactly what it is, but something maybe catches the light of one of your guys' torches. It looks like there's metal down there, like a glint of metal in the center of the pool just catches you just kind of see that.
Oh, if he sees metal, he thinks to himself, valuables. So he's gonna try and get his staff, right, or his pitchfork, try
Okay.
to fish for this metal object. I
It's
see
definitely
something.
too deep. It's at least 10 feet down. Like somebody would have to,
Swim.
swim probably, or you have to, fantasy equivalent of duct tape two poles together, or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, you've still got a shovel, Ulan, right?
Yeah.
If we can
Yeah,
tape
yeah.
together, if or use the fabric onto these two pole arms and the end of the shovel, then we can use it to scoop up the metal.
And he just kind of clatters the shovel next to your side. I have better shovel now. Okay.
So yeah, I'd like to do that.
Okay, perfect. You can take a few minutes and cloth together some shovel and some poles to scoop this up. And while you're working on that, is anybody else doing anything of note or import or looking around more? Or what is the rest of you doing?
What do we what do we think about perhaps going back to rescue? I know there were some people in the tower. If the beastmen have cleared out, maybe this is a good time to go set them free. Get
We also
ourselves some
heard
Yes.
people
backup.
moaning for help.
What?
Yes, I there's people moaning, there's somebody moaning for help in the behind this wall here, behind this fresco. It's a very threatening fresco.
Maybe we should destroy that vile thing.
It's not a bad
Maybe use
idea.
that axe.
Huh? Yeah.
I think we should also take these cloaks.
Ah, these are disgusting. Does I don't know, is there kind of like a lore check that to make like Wayland would like to look at these and try and deduce the origin of them?
Oh. What is Waylon's profession again? I can't remember.
He is a sage.
He is a sage. So this is how skill checks work in Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's kind of interesting. If your profession would perhaps give you
Mm.
a benefit to a skill, you roll a d20 for that skill. If not, you can try it untrained and roll a d10 for that skill.
Ah,
And I'm going to say you would add your intelligence modifier to the roll. And as a sage, if you're trying to figure this out, I would say I would argue that he is trained. So roll a d20
all
and add your
right.
skill modifier to it.
Uh 12, I believe. Yes, 12.
12. Terrific. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, looking at this, you could think back to the various legends and lore. Maybe you've tried to compile some history of this island or whatever, and there's not a lot here, but what you know is that ages ago, it is believed that this was a fortress built by two chaos lords, Molon and Phelan, brothers. They were worshippers of chaos. They created much strife and terribleness through the world. Eventually, again, centuries ago, various armies came together to defeat the brothers. One of them was slain in battle and allegedly buried here, and the other is unknown what has happened to him. But
Mm,
you believe that it is depicting the brothers Molon and Phelan.
Molon and Phelan. Yeah, he'll fill the others in on that because he had heard a rumor about that. So this is, oh, these are the evil chaos people. Yes, I agree with. Was it Gobu who said we should destroy them? Yes, yes, we should.
Do you think that the corpse on the chair with the axe is one of them? One of the brothers?
Yes, yes,
You know,
of
I used to
course.
have a brother.
Yes, I
Aw.
suspect this one was not as kind as your brother was.
He was a good man and a better brother.
Yes, yes, we've all heard it. Somebody go destroy that wall.
Cordell pours a little holy water out for
For the homies.
Century.
um,
Let's try out that axe on the mural.
yeah, yeah, I like that a lot. Ulan will go kind of near where they're hearing the voices behind this and start just taking cracks at it with this axe.
All right. Smashing these murals up. I mean, some of them are carved into the stone. Other parts are like tile mosaic kind of a thing. But it's quick work to. You probably have to spend a couple hours to completely
Yeah.
remove all trace of this, but it's easy enough to demolish this.
We want to see what's
Um,
on the other side. Hopefully, we can see
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
moaning and the person asking for
I
help.
see. Yeah, smashing into it. It does what used to be a small crack in the wall where that lightning
Mhm.
bolt was. You unveil like a tunnel going past that. And in doing so too, it seems cleverly hidden here, but it looks like part of this wall could be moved aside, like maybe not mechanically, but like you've unveiled you've smashed through what would be a secret door, more or less. And it leads into a tunnel that goes further into, the earth here. And it looks like a staircase goes down or like a slope into another tunnel. And you can hear that, is anyone there? Help me. Coming from the tunnel.
Just hypothetically speaking, does that sound like the voice that Chewie heard in the well?
Ah, yes. Well, no, tell you what, this sounds like someone that you may know from town.
Sweet.
Stanley will call down, "We're coming."
Oh, oh. You hear just that. Okay. Like,
Who
how
are
do you
you?
respond to that? Who
Yeah.
do you respond to that?
Who are you? I mean, I
Who
guess we'll
are
find
you?
out.
Okay.
Yeah. Because of weird mechanical things, I'm not going to role play it out too much, but they identify themselves as one of the townspeople that you know.
Hmm.
Um, they're like, it's me. And you're like, oh, it's that guy or that individual, man or woman. I don't know. We'll find out here.
Your
Farmer
name
Simon.
here later.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Look, someone's in need of help. We have to go. If Chewie wants to fish up rocks, he can do it alone.
Yeah.
Good luck, Chewie. Don't fall in.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
I'll fall in if I good goddamn well want to.
I think while the fresco was being smashed, Stanley would have gone around and collected all those cloaks from the
Nice.
alcoves.
Great, great. So you have
Just to,
four of these cloaks. Additionally, hanging under one was a censer. So it's like a chain with a ball at the end that you can put incense in. And inside of it is this it's like a pyramid of incense that smells incredibly not necessarily bad, but like incredibly strongly and pungent, unlit. So make a note that you have that censer as well. And it's the holes that let the smoke out are all that eight-pointed star, or the symbol of
Mhm.
chaos, we shall say, covering it. So you have a chaos censer with some incense inside of it. Um, Great. So yeah, you collect all of those up.
okay. And we'll go down.
All
Just try and
right.
save this person.
Walking down, you see flagstones here have fallen away to reveal a massive yawning hole in the floor. Five gore-spattered chains hang into this pit from spikes anchored into the floor. An intense heat wafts up from below, accompanied by the stench of rot. And off to one corner, it looks like this tunnel would have continued, but has collapsed. Before the collapse is this massive hole with the spikes, the chains going into it. And it looks like there's a couple of like crudely made like wicker cages set off to one side. And in one of them is a townsperson that's like reaching out there like, help, help.
Oh, it's you. Quickly,
Yeah.
Alan.
So
Yeah.
so quick mechanical thing. This is somebody that when you approach them, um, they are more than happy to join up with you. So this is for anybody that has less than three characters, you can roll up a new character to add to your group to kind of replenish your coffers. So if
Go for it, Alex.
No, Beth, go ahead, please.
Oh my goodness. Okay. All right.
So you could do the stats here in a second, but if you
Okay.
want to just do a rando from the website, just have it generate one for you, or something like that, or whatever. But all we need
Okay.
to know is currently their name and their occupation. So,
Can you remind me how you can
It's
do a
like a
random
D100.
occupation, right?
yep, yep. You just roll a D100 for an occupation, and I can tell you what it is.
Okay. 37.
37. You're gonna love this. I almost want you to re-roll it because that's an elven sage. Another one.
Oh.
Brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah, you could either keep that
Actually.
or you could keep that or you could re-roll it. I don't care either way.
You son of a
No, we'll stick with it.
Okay, perfect. Elven Sage comes with a dagger. Well, actually, no, they have no equipment on them. That's the one thing. They have no weapons, they have no trade good, they have no equipment. So they're an Elven Sage. So you get to come up with the name and all of that stuff.
Seymour.
Seymour. He's like, it's his eye. Seymour.
Oh, of course. You would have gotten captured, Seymour.
Oh,
Well,
my.
you weren't around.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was busy.
Busy
Good to see you,
drinking.
Seymour.
Oh, it's not a problem. I can quit anytime I want.
It's great to see you, Gubu.
Seymour, before you fully take over, if
Hmm.
you have any questions for Seymour that the judge can answer, let me know, and then Seymour is all yours, Beth.
I guess, how many did you see how many they dragged further?
Oh. Probably a good two, 2 dozen,
Okay.
maybe even 20 people, and they've been doing things to us. They torture us and lower us in the pit. And when they brought us up, the blacksmith's sons, they were different. They were wrong. Something inside of them. God, they did it to us here. He points to the pit. They told us they snarled at us and they laughed. But I could talk to some of the others before they succumbed from the pit. He said there was something down there. He saw a glow and heard something talking to them. Something that said it could free them. I don't know.
Did they turn into beastmen?
No, no, I didn't see. They kept. I don't know, but others were kept in the tower up top. I don't know what became of them, but here the ones they lowered, they brought up, they were dead, but they were alive and squirming and had some sort of plant growth coming out of them. I don't know what it was.
Yes,
It's
we've
terrible.
encountered them. They killed Farmer John and Sindri.
Farmer John
They killed my
Sindri.
brother.
No.
I'm going to kill them all and leave them where they lay.
Whatever killed your brother was made in that pit, and he points down into it.
I know what I must do. We must destroy this evil pit.
Do I don't know that we can just go down the chains though. To get down in the pit, do we want to try the stairs, or how would we even get down there?
That's a good question, and to kind of make things a little more clear, there are no stairs that go down in this room. There's just
Yeah.
a straight
Yep.
shaft, and connected to these chains, you look over and you feel this heat kind of coming up, this warmth. You see that on the end of each chain is a body. They look deceased, and they're kind of suspended there on hooks that are pierced through like their shoulders or their limbs, and these go almost to the ground. And you see that the bottom of this, the ground is covered in these like snaking vines and stuff.
Uh, Perhaps we leave the dead where they are I'd hate to bring back more of those creatures. Unless. And he's looking at the other bodies and seeing if they have anything else. No,
Yeah.
no weapons. Yes, maybe we retreat and see what Chewie has found.
Sounds good.
Seymour, it's good to have you back.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
We cut to Chewy outside. Chewy, you've got like a stick and that's cloth bound to a shovel.
That's
Maybe
right.
there's another one to get down there. What are you doing exactly, Chewy?
He's trying to scoop up whatever shiny object there is.
Okay. Yeah, you're trying to scoop up but every time it takes a few moments, you clink on it and it feels like it's set into the stone. Like you can't really scoop it up. Give me a luck roll, please.
I think his greed might get the better of him. He got over.
He got over. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You try as you might, you can't really get anything. You eventually get purchase on something. It feels like, but it's holding the shovel fast, and even as you like move it up and down, it's nothing's coming out. You can retract the shovel,
Oh, he's not
but
going to.
oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, because he's gonna look in the water. If he doesn't see any like movement, he's gonna roll up his sleeves and jump in.
yeah. There's no movement. Just the kind of you've disturbed the algae and whatever in this pool, and you
Yeah.
see that kind of moving around, but there's no.
He's gonna grumble to himself. I have to do this myself.
Amazing. Yeah, so you're gonna roll up the sleeves and dive on in.
That's right.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. Thank you. You jump in this disgusting brackish water. Um, I will say it has had some movement. Water's coming from the cavern walls, trickling into this to kind of make it so it's not like completely stagnant, but it's still not good. It's dark and hard to see, but you can swim down probably 10 feet. You feel that pressure in your ears as you're down here. Um, and when you get to the bottom, you kind of move some silt off that's been knocked up by the um shovel. But you see there is a bronze ring about probably about like 24 inches in diameter across. And it has it's like a ring that's set into the floor.
It's a ring for a giant. He's gonna try
Yeah.
and pull it upwards.
All right. Yeah, you lift it upwards, but like it feels like it's attached to the ground.
Yeah.
You probably have to like twist it around and like pull it out kind of a thing. Like try as you might, you can't lift it if that
Yeah,
makes.
he'll try to dislodge it.
Okay, perfect. You holding your breath and you're trying to get it, and then you finally like you twist it enough, thinking that you can dislodge it from whatever's holding it, and you pull it, and sure enough, you hear that as water immediately begins to get sucked into a drain hole in the bottom, and it flows quick and then fast and then even faster as you realize you're being sucked down into this
No.
drain hole with them. I need you to make a fortitude save for me.
Hell yeah. He's gonna get flushed. 9 total.
9 total. How much HP does Chewie have?
3. We'll see
3.
what
All
happens.
right. Where's that funky dice?
This guy's rolling a D29 for damage.
Grab the shovel. Maybe you can catch it
Yeah,
on the
he's gonna
edge.
try and
Okay.
grab the shovel.
I rolled a 1 on a D4, so he actually survives
lives!
this. I'm
What a
impressed.
bastard. I hate this guy.
He's you're clunked as you're sucked down
Can't
into
get him
this
killed.
hole. You're clunked by skulls and everything being drained from this pool. Uh, and you are spit out into a basically a cistern more or less of water. So if you look on the map, you're in the section that is directly below the room you were in. It's that little like pool there. Um, what species is Chewie? Is he a halfling?
Exactly, yeah.
I don't remember if halflings. I don't know if they have infravision or can see in the dark. I don't think so.
No,
So it's
I think
just
they have low light.
okay. It's just pitch black in here, and you get up. You're probably like 3.5, 4 feet tall, something like that, and your head's nearly brushing the ceiling. There's basically enough space for you to get your head above this water, and it's just inky blackness. You can hear um, the inky cave is nearly submerged with water, the slick ceiling dripping with black algae. Stalactites hang into the water's dark surface, obscuring the far side of the cavern. Um, so you can feel all this, like these skulls bobbing in the water all around you, and it feels like there's a slurry of like chunky rocks or something below your feet that are being kicked up, and you're just in complete darkness. Chewie, what are you doing?
He's gonna try and stay quiet, keeping his head above water. He's gonna try and maneuver himself into this room, feeling it out with his arms ahead of him.
Okay. I love that. You bob around, you hit like a stalactite, you know, banging around here. And after a few minutes, other than your motion, this water, it's completely dead silent in here. You can just hear a little bit of a sloshing
The
sound.
trickling, yeah.
Yeah. And you're just gonna kind of blunder your way. Tell you
Yeah.
what, give me a perception check, which would be an intelligence roll.
Oh, not too
So
smart.
roll a d20 and add your
5 total.
intelligence.
Oh
Five
no.
total. Yeah, standing still for just a minute or two, you can hear what sounds like flowing water towards like a far side of the chamber. You'd probably have to blunder your way over there, but you could make it there if you feel
Yeah, he's
the
gonna
need
do
to.
that.
Great. Give me a luck check, please. And this is one where you roll it and add your luck modifier to it.
Oh, he rolled low for that one. 3 total.
Oh well, we can go with the OG
Okay.
one. I don't mind. That's fine. Great. I'll tell you what happens after this. We cut up above. You guys hear a splash, and after a minute, the water is draining as you're making your way up back into the chamber. The body of that chaos champion lowering and lowering and lowering till finally it gets to the bottom of the pool, uh, and no more water can flow as it's like splayed out down there, basically covering the for Alex's sake, covering the drain hole, if that makes sense.
It's just a corpse half wedged into the plug
Mm.
where the plug was.
Where did he
He's the
go?
he's the new plug. I don't know. He's off doing his own thing. People need actual help.
I suppose so. Yes. We search the chaos fella's body? Did he have a weapon? We should probably get that.
No, he was just using his fists.
Did he have like cool things to punch with though?
No, it doesn't look like it. I point at the
Oh.
dead guy.
And he is down at the bottom of a pit.
Yeah, that's a 10-foot drop. I'm not. That's like 3 times my size.
Well,
Okay,
I say we go
maybe
back up and
rescue the people upstairs, then go back down.
that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Perfect. All right. You leave Chewie to his fate. He's dug his own grave. And you head down and you're going up into that tower. Is that right?
Can
Okay.
I tell you guys, we're on the stairs. Can I tell you guys, I've never felt safe around that Chewy guy. He's always looking like he's going to stab me and take my money. And I don't have any money.
no, Waylon, that's a bit judgmental. It's Cordell.
Oh, okay, here we go again.
I don't know. I'm inclined to agree. There's some sick people out there.
We welcome everyone. They can all come. You would have thought the same thing about Alora.
I don't know. Would you welcome someone who killed my brother?
A vine person? No, that'd be a monster. Not really. Not
So
really.
you don't accept monsters?
It's like apples to oranges, I suppose. Not if
They don't have sentience.
Right. They're not filled with seed ooze.
They don't have a soul.
How do you know
I put holy water on them and it
that? That's true. They don't like holy water quite much.
Yeah, it seems
should
like
try
this whole
putting holy
place
water
does
on on Chewie and see what
that.
happens.
True.
Where do you suppose he even got to? He probably
You,
found some treasure and ran off.
you guys make your way down the hallway to the base of where the spiral stairs go up, and it smells terrible. Um, it smells like rot, and you're like, ugh, like choking a little bit. You were in here before briefly, but just to recap, as you ascend now up, you see that they basically created a floor here covered in rotting hides of cattle, sheep, and even men. The narrow staircase spirals around the tower wall, and as you get to the ground floor, you see that the entire floor is like covered in these hides, almost like they made a den for themselves. The stairs go up for probably a good like 20 or 30 feet. But even as you look up and it's covered in hides, you see jugs spilled out. Maybe they had water or wine in them. It looks like they crumble and end. It looks like they've just been kind of living on the stairs and in this like area.
Hmm.
And there's chains hanging down from spikes in the walls, and dangling in the end, like tied hand over hand, are a number of what appear to be your fellow villagers, and some of them are moaning, "Oh, oh," as they see you. What would you like to do?
Try and get them down.
Yeah. Are there any more of them left?
One of them is
Spear.
spitting blood. He's like, "Oh, how did you?
Okay.
Oh, no, none up there. They all ran down after you."
Let's get this villager now.
Yes. Yes. Wonderful. Let's get them all down.
All right. Yeah, there's about.
Seymour.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Seymour says so you did this to Wayland.
What?
You killed them?
What? No. The
The
monsters.
creatures, yeah.
You know what? I'm working on not taking credit for others' work. I think I might have killed one of them if I remember right, but it was mostly Ulan and the others.
Wow, character growth.
Yeah. Now I'm the judgy one now.
So yeah, let's get these people down.
Perfect. You take down these forms, and most of them seem incredibly weak. Like they've been, they'll tell you they've been hanging here for days. The creatures don't kill them, but like basically soften them up if that works. You know, they're basically like punching bags and stuff like that. Um, and they will tell you that after some succumb to the weakness, they're on the door of death. They're drug out into the courtyard, and we think they lower them into the well. And when they bring them up, they're changed, they're altered, they are the beast men. They have been corrupted and altered into this way. Their minds shattered and gone, and then they're armored, and then they take great delight in torturing their fellow villagers who still remain human or whatever you would say.
They lose their souls.
I saw that
Basically.
coming.
They fall to chaos. Not good. Not good.
One of them will stand up, and the others, they seem so weak, like they can barely stand and walk. And they'll say, we could try to make our way back to the village."
It's
Oh
best you
God.
do that. Are there any able-bodied villagers that can help us?
One of them will speak up. "I'll go with you. And Alex, you can come up with a rando to add to your group, as
All
you
right.
have less than 3.
D100. Let's go. 25.
Oh, 25. Let me get out my chart.
I realized I didn't do the zodiac thing for Seymour
Oh,
either.
We can do that real quick here. 25, though. It is a dwarven mushroom farmer.
Ooh, a dwarf.
A
Nice.
dwarf, yes, our first dwarf. Again, though, they come with no
The last one
weapon
got crushed by
or
rocks.
I
trade
was gonna
goods.
say Kindis didn't
That's
count.
all right.
He was
Oh.
more rat than dwarf.
So a dwarven mushroom farmer.
Holy fuck.
Great.
2 health.
Hey, that's pretty good, man. Real quick, we can do the luck thing, the augur for
I
you,
got
Beth.
0 luck, so.
Okay. Beth, give me a D30 roll. And what is Seymour's luck modifier?
Oh, it's 0. So does it matter?
No.
Oh, it really doesn't at that point.
Okay.
I
Well, then
mean,
never mind.
maybe technically somewhere in the rules it'll come up, but I don't think it matters
Okay.
at this
So
point.
never
Yeah.
mind.
If the luck's a +0, then there you go. So what
Thanks
is this?
for rescuing me. It's me, Remington, mushroom farmer.
Good to see you, Remington. I'm glad you've kept up your stamina. They couldn't break old Remington.
That's right. Hard as stone. That I be.
Well, let's see if
Love
we
it.
can scrounge up some weaponry for the two of you. Did Presley have anything on his body that maybe you could take?
Oh, he had this spear. Takes it out of it.
Perfect.
Well, that was more in his body than on it.
Yeah. Alright, he's got the spear.
Great.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, like I said,
the sage come with anything? I can't remember if you said that.
no, because his weapons and gear were all taken. Like
Got
he
it,
was a
right, of
prisoner.
course.
Yeah. Yep.
Of course.
Yeah, let's see here. Okay, great. Um,
Of course,
yeah,
Waylon's
terrific.
got nothing
And
to
then-
spare for his brother.
No. You can have my scroll and parchment if you'd like. I don't know. Go look in the stairs. I'm sure the beastmen left a weapon or two. Wait, we passed them in the hall. We'll get you a weapon from them.
I've
can
been
have-
tortured in here. Tortured and captured.
I've been tortured at home. You think it's been easy? Not knowing where your brother went?
Yeah, I'm sure you were happy about it. I'm sure you wished I was dead.
Look, Mother's been insufferable. Just having one of us? Ugh. At any rate, the jowly one had a weapon, I'm sure. You can have his head if you want. There was
His
one
head?
with terrible jowls.
Oh,
You could slap people around with them.
these were our former townspeople. Just to remind you.
Well, we know that now, I suppose, yes. Now I'm trying to think of who had the biggest jowls that would turn into jowly.
Best not think of it.
Good thinking, Remington. Best to move on.
Perfect.
The
Yeah, if
sooner
you guys
this is
would-
done, the sooner we can put this all behind us.
If you guys would, if the game plan then, just so I'm aware, you're going to go to where you slayed the beastmen before and take some of their weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And then we're gonna go further down.
Okay, that sounds great. Let me get you a couple weapons here.
And if they have like shields or something too, that would be a dope.
Yeah. Tell you what, everybody give me just pick you whoever has your best luck and then roll and see if you roll under it. So just a party luck roll, if that makes sense.
Okay.
I rolled under.
You rolled under? Great.
I rolled exactly it.
I'll say meets it, beats it kind of a thing. So
I rolled a 2.
that's under. You're all lucky. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say I'll give you some randos, but if there's anything specific, like with your luck roll, Nathan, you could say one of them has a shield on them. Like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like a masterwork +8, but like just a regular old shield. You can find a shield, no problem. Is there something specific with your luck roll that Beth and Alex, you guys would like to find?
Uh, the halfling would love to find a shield to go with his sword.
Of shield, yeah. You find they have a shield like a nice like buckler, so it's the perfect size for like
Ooh.
the halfling. It's like a regular ass shield, yeah. And a shield adds one to your armor class,
Whoa.
Nice.
and
Everything matters.
but it does have a check penalty, which um the check penalty applies to checks to climb, jump, balance, swim, move silently, other such physical activities. So just remember you have a -1 while you're armed with your shield. You could always sling it on your back if you have time. That negates it, but yeah. And then Beth, how about you? Was there something specific you wanted to find with your luck check?
A beautiful engraved handled elven longsword.
I will do you one better because there is in this an elven short sword, emerald studded and jeweled. And we can say, yeah, I'll say you could have it be a long sword. That's fine. An
Great.
elven longsword. It's got emeralds on it. It looks like it was maybe some treasure taken, a family heirloom or something by one of these beast men, but you now have it. So
Perfect.
perfect. So long
You
sword
should have
does
asked for more.
one.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should. Waylon's
Uh,
looking like, what the hell?
a long sword does one
Mom's
d8 damage.
mom's favorite again.
Yeah.
Oh, always. How you don't even know? Do you even know how to use? Fine. I'll just stand
He
in back
swings it
like
around.
always. Damn.
Oh, watch it.
In addition, they've got like one of them has a spear, one of them has like a mace, another one has, a club. There's like maybe a dagger too. So like if there's a minor weapon that you guys want to, uh,
A miner's weapon? I'll take a pickaxe to Remington.
Ooh.
yeah, you can get a pickaxe. That's perfect. Yep. I'm gonna say a pickaxe is going to actually it's in here. Hold on, give me 1 second. Pickaxe. I know I saw it. Pickaxe works as a club, so it does the 1d4 damage.
1d4?
Actually, I'll give you if it's like a big two-handed pickaxe like
Yeah,
that,
we'll
I'll
go
give you
for it.
1d6.
All right. How much is the spear?
1d8.
Oh, okay.
Let's say I would like Alan to also find a sword if I am able to do so,
Sure. I'll
because
say
he
he
is
can
weaponless.
Alan can find a short sword, does 1d6.
Excellent.
The
Alan, I'm
link I
sure you'll be
posted.
better at that than a spear.
I just posted a link. It has the chart for weapons
Oh,
with all
perfect,
the
perfect. Thank you.
all the
What,
Thank
stuff.
what
you.
about like a, before I look at this chart for weapons, what about a two-handed sword?
A two-hand, I'm afraid that's a little more than what they have.
All
So,
right.
yeah.
Understood.
You got to know your limits on what you ask for.
You guys got shields, which is that's pretty
That's
that
nice.
could come in handy, genuinely. So, awesome.
All right.
Once geared up, your plan is to then descend, go past the as you descend into this darkness, you're going deeper and deeper into the earth, and it's getting cooler in here. Not like frozen like the tomb of the Chaos Lord that you were in before, but definitely that's that under earth. If you've ever been in a deep cave where no sunlight penetrates, and what was once like with the beautiful or not beautiful, but the carvings on the walls, the mosaics, even that disappears. The ground is still tiled, but the walls become rougher and rougher. And as you go, you're going down these switchbacks and you're descending probably, you would guess, Remington, especially being a dwarf, would realize you're probably 100 feet, 200 feet, maybe keep going, 300. You're definitely below sea level at this point. And these passages seem old and old and old. And eventually you come out onto an area. You can tell the space ahead. You can feel it even before you approach it, and feels vast. And you can hear the sound of water lapping, like waves crashing against a beach. And As you exit this here to where I'm at, aha. The wide stone steps run down to the dark sand beach of a vast underground sea. Far out across the waters, you can make out a golden glow through the gloom. An enormous menhir stands at the water's edge, dark waves lapping at its intricately carved faces. A thin, slimy staircase winds its way up around this titanic stone on the beach. Past this towering standing stone, a dragon-prowed longship emerges from the darkness, its hull scrawled with forbidding sigils and runes that glow a sickly green in the dim light. The ship draws to a stop some 50 feet offshore. The beat of distant drums and far-off wails of terror mixes with the quiet lapping of the wave. And as you guys see that, we'll cut back to Chewie blundering your way around. You succeeded on your luck check, Chewie. As you're approaching where you hear this water, you can hear it more. It's not quite like a waterfall, but it does sound like a good amount of splashing out onto rocks and stones. And you can kind of get a little bit of light finally is coming in. Clearly, there's a crack in the wall. It's letting water out and flow downwards. And as light comes in, you can see now that around you, what you've been bumping into and blundering, you're basically been wading through a slurry of bones of various creatures, thousands of skulls, dozens of bones of legs and limbs. All of them appear to be like humanoid or animal at least here. And you just feel this roiling hatred coming off of them. Chewie's a halfling again. A number of halfling skulls bubble up, and you just feel that awful hate roiling off of them as you pass them. But something then odd happens. You're approaching the edge here, and something burns your hand as you move through the water, like a violent, sharp burning in the palm of your hand. I think you're on mute.
I'll look at my hand then to see what is going on with it.
You pull your hand out, and you're holding in your hand, kind of loosely. It looks like the skeletal remains of a hand, still kind of barely held together with like rotted tissue or sinew, or even calcified together. But on the finger is a ring, and this ring is a simple iron band, and it's set with 6 small rubies in the form of a triangle. One very large at the top, then 2 medium-sized ones under it, and 3 very small ones to make the base of this triangle. And these rubies have burned you. And that symbol, that triangle symbol, is now burned into the palm of Chewie's hand from this ring.
Well, it's mine now. So he'll try and take the ring off.
Okay. Yeah, you pull the ring from this hand, which crumbles away, all the bones falling apart. And it sits in your hand. Like I said, a simple iron band with these 6 rubies in them.
Do the rubies, do they still burn? I'll try my other palm.
You try other palm. They're a little warm to the touch, and as you pull your palm away, you see a very, very faint, like red fire-like glow in them.
I'll put the ring on.
Okay, perfect. You put on the ring. Make an intelligence roll for me, or intelligence or personality. It's your choice.
They're both abysmal.
Okay.
10 total.
10 total is actually good enough. I'll send you a private message, and I'm going to tell you, you know what this ring can do. Like, maybe not intelligently, but subconsciously, you have a feeling for what this ring can do. So I'll send you a private message on Discord with that. But as you put that on, you make your way to the edge. You see this cleft in this pool or whatever, and it's almost dammed up by all these bones. It's not huge, but enough that you could probably scramble through. And you can see that water is pouring down on bouncing off of these rocks, and it's going towards this vast ocean. And in the distance, you see a golden glow. It looks like there's some sort of landmass in the center of this like underground sea. And just as you look at that, you see, down the rocks a ways, there's this black sand beach with a titanic stone set into it. And out of a cave come a couple of figures with torches. They look like the rest of your party.
Right.
So
Now
you
I
can
have to.
rejoin them if you wish.
Yeah, I'd love to rejoin them.
Talk amongst yourselves for 2 seconds
Ah.
while I type this to Alex.
I'll take out my spyglass, Stanley. Looks like Chewie. He made it.
Oh,
Oh, good.
I never liked that guy. Remington says.
Well, he's got a way of popping up again, I suppose.
As long as he keeps surviving, he can keep saving people.
I don't think he's saved
Yeah,
anyone
because
yet.
that's number one on his mind, right?
Stanley doesn't know.
Do you think we're gonna have to take this ship to there? And he points towards like the golden tipped island.
I think it would be smarter than trying to swim. If you remember those frescoes, Remington, you wouldn't have known, but there were these frescoes, and they showed a tentacled thing, and I wonder if that's in the water. Do you remember
Or the well.
Yes. Oh, yes. Good point. Um, the what's the word I'm looking for? That mural that had the pointy figure on the stone. I wonder if that's that stone there.
Hmm. So should we wear the robes?
Oh, good idea. Yes, I like that. At the very least, we might be able to disguise ourselves. Do the
Four
old...
of us can.
Yes, exactly. We can literally do the Star Wars thing with Chewie. And we're like, we're bringing him in.
Or the halflings can go under the robes.
Oh, yeah, good point.
2 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. The person in the front can take the censure.
I bet you'll be wanting that too.
Stanley has it out. Oh, did you want it, Seymour?
Oh, what?
And Seymour will say, well, I mean, I do have this sword. So, Wayland, I guess you can have the censure if you want.
I'll say that Chewie catches up.
I don't even want that. Okay, give me this thing.
Oh, it took you long enough to get here. Let's get moving.
I'll distribute the robes,
Right.
the gross robes.
Yeah, Chewie,
guys-
you smell awful and you're wet. Just thought you should know.
He'll give you like a look, one of those looks.
Yes. Do we want to climb the stairs to the top of the thingamagummy and see what's up there?
We have to take a ship there first, right?
No, there's a stone on the beach.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's probably a good 20, 25 feet high. And like I said, it's carved out of a single giant piece of obsidian, we'll say. And it's got all these carvings all over it. And this slimy, thin staircase winds its way to the top. And then in the distance, probably you would guess at least a mile out is some sort of something there that's got a golden glow to it. And that's vaguely where the drums come from. The Dragon Proud longship is about 50 feet from shore. So what would you like to do? Exactly.
I think Wayland should climb up with the censure.
Ah, yes,
Wayland's
of course.
got the spyglass, right?
Stanley has the
Oh,
spyglass.
Stanley. Yeah, Stanley.
That's okay.
might
I'll
get a
borrow Alan's. He also has a spyglass. Yeah, I got one too.
Well, it's probably
fine.
best if you don't keep that.
yeah, I've got a sword and a shield now. I'm feeling pretty good.
None of you
Not
are
a-
unique, says
Not a
Chewie.
spear. Huh? the gravedigger turns with the axe. Huh? All right, yeah, Wayland will use the censer as like a kind of walking stick and go up to the top of the stone to try and
Okay.
see if he can scope out a way to get this ship a little closer, maybe, or
Yeah.
just to see what that golden glow is.
Perfect. Hold on here. Okay, great. You get up to this thing covered in these bizarre carvings and whatnot, and this nasty, slimy staircase. It's thin. It's like barely enough for a person to get up.
Mm-hmm.
But just to point of clarification, the censure is like almost like a mace. It's like on a chain, so you can
Mm-hmm.
swing it around. So using it as a walking stick wouldn't
Oh, it
work.
doesn't have the long staff for this
No,
one.
no,
Okay.
it's like a chain that you swing.
Okay.
But regardless, you can still make it up there without much of a problem. Getting to the top here, you see that the top of this menhir, there's a kind of like a bowl, like how should I put it? This is gonna sound super fantasy epic, but it's almost like there's a bird bath on top of it. Like
Okay. Yeah.
there's a rising, and then there's a bowl in this thing. And in this bowl is like it's filled with this dried up red substance. And the stub in the center of like a red candle, like a real big fat candle is in the middle here. Yeah, a plinth. Thank you, Beth. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's better than the bird bath. That's way more.
Uh,
That's a better turn of phrase. Yeah.
uh, yeah. He'll like get a little bit of red and smell it. Does it smell like wax? Like
Yeah,
that's
it
just the
does.
candle
It
then?
appears to be a candle, yeah.
It appears to be a signaling device of some kind. I wonder if it might bring the ship closer if I were to light it.
Or summon something. Or summon something.
Oh, yes.
Well, if we like that, we got to be ready for whatever's gonna come.
Yes, I'm sure. It seems
Maybe
safer. What are you thinking? Sorry. Gobu, what were you saying?
if that ship's full of those beastmen you saw, then we're gonna have an issue.
And Ulan, the axe guy down at the bottom, seems pretty excited by that. Yes,
But also, if we can take the ship, we can get to the island.
exactly. There's enough of us to row. Oh, what the hell? Ulan, throw me your flint and... Ah! Gentler! And yeah, he'll be doing like a spark to try and light this candle.
After a few seconds, a spark catches the wick of this candle. And even though it's a fat candle, like it could burn for quite some time, you feel, it's
Mhm.
still just a single candle in this massive chamber with this ocean inside of it. Um, it produces barely enough
Yeah.
light to see, but sure enough, after a moment, um, you see this long ship. There's oars in the water, like for probably like 20 men to sit and row this thing. And you hear the splashing as the oars start moving, and it comes slowly to shore. And you can see down into it from your vantage point. It's empty, and the oars are being rowed by nothing. And with that, it arrives on shore. The oars kind of tuck themselves neatly up, almost as if in anticipation.
It's a magical ship. I did something
Stanley
useful.
will use his spyglass to look onto the ship to make sure there's nobody else on it.
It is vacant. In fact, the seats here look like they're covered in like crude skins and stuff, but unlike the sickly skins of before, these seem like pristine like sheep's wool and stuff like that. But it is empty. Imagine like a Viking ship, if that makes
Yeah.
sense, with the high prow at the front and the back. Um, so there's no hold or anything like that. Like you can see it's just vacant.
The gods, it's empty. A lucky
Hey.
break.
Wayland up top will blow out the candle, and as long as it doesn't, then immediately start going out. Damn
No,
it!
it
Light.
doesn't. It does
Yeah.
not go back.
It's a timing puzzle.
Yeah.
He'll start his way down the stairs to join the others.
You guys, now the question is you have to get a sheep, a wolf, and a goose across, but you can only take one at a time.
Eat
Yeah,
the sheep.
you guys go down, and the ship sits there. Its oars tucked neatly as if it's and you can board the ship if you want. You'd only have to splash through like 6 inches of water. Like it's almost run itself aground. It's so
Perfect.
close to the beach.
Help me up, Ulan. Ugh.
It's best we
Ulan.
get going then.
Go.
Yeah, Ulan will help
How do
Stanley
we
is
make this
the
thing
dwarves
go?
and halflings. Oh, yeah.
Who's the last person to board the boat?
Probably Chewy.
Chewy. The moment Chewy's feet leave the water, even as you're scrambling up onto the side, the oars dip into the water and begin slowly rowing, and it backs itself out and starts moving unerringly in a straight line toward this thing, this whatever is in the center of the starless sea here below. That is your destination. Your ship flows out, oars magically churning the water. Swiftly, you go towards this, what appears to be an island in the distance. You hear these drums and hoots, almost like a celebration happening from there. A golden glow appearing over, but you can't quite make out exactly what's happening yet. You figure you've gone maybe a half a mile or more. It's been a long journey by this boat. When the sea starts to churn around you and bubble, and the ship starts to rock a little bit, it doesn't stop moving. But after a moment, you see off to one side a vast shape flow out of the water. This appears to be a tentacle, and it rises and rises and rises. Its suckers covering the underside of it are all pulsating in a weird rhythm. And then another one to the other side of the boat rises up. What do you guys do?
Oh no, fuck that.
Get low, get low.
We're gonna crouch down and hide.
Yeah,
I think
Oh,
that's
Mhm.
the
try and
goal
get near
here.
the mast. Yeah, by things that we can
okay.
potentially not be. I guess they can't see us, right? It might
Another
just.
one rises up out of the water, and yet another even behind the boat as more of these keep coming out of the water splashing. Wonderful. After a few moments, you guys sit there. More of these arrive, and two of them reach out, and one grabs around the dragon's head mass, the other its tail, and with a screech that sends you tumbling to the ground, the boat is halted in its tracks. Its oars stuck in the water here. Um, Great, and even more come out of the water. They look like they're anticipating something as they hover above you. Uh, Anybody doing anything worth noting?
Well, it looks like we're gonna have to fight, fellows. And he's gonna take his spear and start jabbing at the one that's holding onto the boat.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, Alan will get the other. Yeah.
Let's roll initiative then. So that's a group initiative, and I think that's your whoever has the best agility modifier. You roll a d20, add your agility to it.
All right, let's see what happens. Oh, 5 total.
Ouch.
Oh, okay. 17.
15.
Not in love with that.
Nice.
You hate to see it.
You hate. Remington's slowing your group down, man.
I guess he's gonna
That's
have to die.
rough. Okay, and I'm gonna say it will go. I'll roll that d20. 15. Okay. You guys jab it with the spear, so I'm going to give each of you, Remington and Allen, just you guys, not your whole party, but you two guys get a surprise round, so you get to go.
I'm kind of envisioning we're on the other sides of the boat, like each of us
Yeah.
going for one of them. All right, come
All
on,
right, hit him
Alan.
with the
Okay.
rock and stone. Just the 7. I failed.
Just a
Uh,
7. Yeah, that is a miss.
A 17 though for Alan.
Ayo?
Hey.
That is a hit. Did he spear it?
No, he has a sword now. And it feels right in his hands as he's like, yeah. Wait, this is easy. This isn't like throwing a spear at all. And 6 damage. So yeah,
Hell
this sword is
yeah.
rocking and rolling for him.
All this, it's almost like it's under pressure, like the blood in Evil Dead 2, but this like black blood, like a pipe burst, like hits Al, and it's like shooting out of there. Um, and we go to our normal combat round. Nathan, you're up first, so all of your dudes get to act as
right.
at once.
Well, let's keep going with Alan because he's getting splattered by this hose and he's just taking another hit at this one that's holding the tail.
Prow,
We'll
or
say,
the tail.
yeah. I'm rocking and rolling. 16.
Hell yeah.
Come on, dice. Don't turn around on me. Yeah, that's right now. Now it's a 1. The second hit's not so good.
Okay, yeah, you make a superficial cut, but it's holding fast onto this. Um, there are a total of 6 tentacles, 2 holding the boat and 4, 2 on either side.
Yeah.
And they're pretty distant. They're a good like 10, 15 feet away from the boat, but they're tall enough that they could reach in at any moment. The water is just churning. Who's next for your party?
Ulan, help Alan! And Ulan with his axe goes up to hit at the same tendril.
Okay.
Unleash your rage! For a total of 4.
4 to hit is a miss. You slam it into the boat. Maybe you take the tail, like the top of the tail off, flicks off.
No, you fool! Not the boat. The tentacle. The tentacle. Right. And Wayland will pop. He's got a dagger, so he'll just kind of ready himself near the middle to stab if one of those reaches out, if that's all right.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So I guess, is that like a wait till they show up, or do you want me to just roll it now?
I would say just roll it. They as you attack, they're starting to move in clearly, so we'll just do an attack.
Wayland fumbles.
I'm excited for a
So let's see what
fumble,
happens.
babe.
He's got his dagger out.
Do you need the chart, or do you
Yes,
need...
please. Yes.
Okay.
What do you
So
need
you're
me
gonna
to
roll a 1d. Fumble is a 1d4, and you're going to add the inverse of your luck modifier to it.
Oh, yeah. So 5? 5. That sounds bad.
5. You trip and fall, wasting this action. You are prone and must use an action to stand up next round. So that basically, his entire next round is going to be standing, not...
So Seymour probably in particular sees Wayland just fuck up and just hit the deck. Oh,
Perfect.
Should have gone to sword camp.
there was only money enough for one of us.
Should have spoken up.
Beth, you are next as these other 4 tentacles come in towards the boat. They're going to be attacking very soon, so it's your character's turns.
Okay. Seymour's going to step over Wayland and swing his mighty longsword.
Okay, the elven longsword.
Yep. So that's a 14.
That is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh,
So you swing it at the tentacle.
well, that's not good.
That's not good at all.
That's bad.
Just in time.
Oh boy. Okay. Stanley, from his position, I think I said he was on top of something. So I think while everybody was hitting the deck, he was trying to like crouch onto the top of the the dragon head, maybe.
Okay.
But he's gonna use his short bow to try and hit.
Okay.
Nice.
15.
That is a hit. That is the
Okay.
magic number.
Boy.
Short bow is a d6, I think.
Yes.
Okay. It's a 1.
No.
It's okay. Hey, one's better than 0. And real quick point of order.
can't-
When Nathan, when your character is hit, Did they add their strength bonus to their melee damage rolls?
They did not. Let me double check what. So that would be an additional 2.
Hmm. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, you guys, you should, and it sticks in there, and it doesn't even seem to phase it. Again, black blood shooting out like it's under so much pressure that it's insane. Um,
And I think Cordell's gonna hang back.
okay, that
he
sounds good.
he doesn't have a lot to contribute.
All right, perfect. Are you gonna like get down or hunker down or?
Yeah, I think he's gonna like in the middle of the ship, you know, trying to stay away from
Okay.
the things on the side.
Uh, it is time for the beast to act. And each of these tentacles is going to get their own attack roll. And I'm going to just roll randomly. I'm going to exclude Wayland and Cordell because it was Wayland, right, that's tripped
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
And Cordell has chosen to hunker down as well. So Nathan, you're 1, Beth, you're 2, Alex, you're 3. And I'll roll this here to see who is attacked first. A D3 is a 1.
Oh no.
So Nathan, order your characters 1 or 2. Which one's 1?
Alan will be 1, Ulan will be 2.
Alan or Ulan?
Come
It
on, boys.
is Ulan.
No.
As a tentacle swings at him from outside. It has a +6 to hit.
Ah.
It gets a natural 20.
Ah.
Doing a critical.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. And what is Ulan's hit point total?
3. He's got 3. He's rocking and rolling.
He is not anymore. So rather than rolling the critical, this is what happens. Ulan is wrapped around his stomach with this. Hold on a second here. Pulling around. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do it this way. He's wrapped completely, like hands in this, and it's beginning to squeeze him. It doesn't do any damage, but Ulan's next turn will need to be breaking free, and if he does not, that is the death.
Yeah.
If
And he's got that
sense.
axe just peeking out the top of it.
In there. The second attack is going to be again to Nathan, and you only have 1 character left. That's Alan, right?
Not Alan.
No, just grab the same guy twice and then
Yeah.
rip him apart.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Oh no. All right.
That's 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
For 2 points of damage.
Okay.
As this tentacle slaps him. Is he still alive?
He's still fine. He's
That's
got
a
6 hit
first.
points. He is a chunky
boy.
astrologer.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the first non-1-hit kill, isn't it?
That is. But I'm still going to keep rolling D3s. There's 2 more tentacles that are not holding on to the boat here. A 3, that's Alex. Order your guys. Who's 1, 2, and 3?
1 is Gubu, 2 is Chewy, 3 is Remington.
Chewy.
All right. Fuck him.
A tentacle dashes out at Chewy. For hits 10.
It hits 10.
Okay, he has 10 AC. What's his agility modifier?
+2.
So you should have a 12 for your.
Yo, nice.
Yeah, that's that. When it comes that close, that's important. So that's a miss that slams into this boat. The boat's rocking all over. A final tentacle is going to attack Alex once again. And aim for. You said Gubu's 1?
Yes.
Gubu now is being assaulted.
He's got an 11 for AC.
I rolled a 1. I rolled a fumble. Yes. I think there is a monster fumble table in here. I am unsure if that's true or not. I'm just gonna say what the hell. Let's just do it. So I will roll a d16. 7. That doesn't actually do anything for a monster. I'll have to look and see if there's a monster fumble table in here, but for now, let's just say it's a miss. And we're gonna
Okay.
go to Alex's it is your turn as
All
these
right.
tentacles are slamming into the boat.
I would love to use that ring. So,
Ooh.
uh,
Chewy.
after Chewie dives to the side, he says, "You fool!" and then points the ring
All
at the
right.
tentacle that tried to lash out at him.
So here's the thing. Magic items in this game, you're basically casting a spell through the
Yep.
use of the ring. So you will need to roll a d16 to see what the result of casting that spell is.
Okay,
So
let's see
which
it.
spell are you going to cast
He's gonna
onto
cast a
it?
magic missile on the tentacle.
Holy cats.
Yeah.
Give me
D16.
two. Yes, a d16.
Here we go. Oh. Bam! 6.
A 6. All right, give me 2 seconds. I need to find where magic missile is. Hopefully there is an index that I can use. Oh, come
He's
on.
just taking out beanbags. Magic missile! Magic missile!
Lightning bolt! Lightning
Yeah.
bolt! Lightning.
Oh, magic missile 144.
Waylon's on the deck of the ship looking at Chewie just casting this. What the hell? Yeah, how come he gets magic before me? I'm a sage.
And what was it again that you rolled?
I rolled a 6.
A 6. Okay.
It just
Um,
explodes his hand.
no, you go, yeah, and one of these gems kind of, yeah, and then just flicks out. It is
Damn
the
it!
spell is lost.
Damn
So
it all!
mark that off. Yeah, it's not a misfire, which is good.
It would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Yes. That is good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that is what
Chewie's turn.
happens. It is unfortunately wasted as it just yep.
Uh, I get nervous when there's people around. All right, so Remington is going to save Ulan, who is in the grab, right? He's like,
Mhm.
"Unhand him, you beast!" Spear. So let's see. Let's roll high for him, please. Nope, 3.
3.
Uh,
You swing, and unfortunately, it is a miss. It doesn't help.
and in this case, I think Gubu will see Ulan and also try to assist, hacking
I'm
at
gonna
the
flame.
tentacle like it's a great tree with his sword. That is a 15.
That's a hit, my friend.
Yes.
How much is short sword is a D6, so
D6,
and
yes.
strength. 6 damage.
Hell
Oh,
yeah, that's great. So on a successful hit like that to this tentacle, it doesn't free Ulan, but it's going to give Ulan a free chance to break free.
mm.
I need you to roll a strength roll for me. Let me
Okay,
see if
okay.
it's. This
Don't
doesn't matter
waste
if it's
this
a
Oh,
saving
chance.
throw.
oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Don't even bother. A 19 plus 1? That's a 20.
Light work.
20. 20 is the exact number I
Oh,
needed for
no.
Ulan to break free from this with a mighty rah! You burst free from this and fall to the deck, clutching your meteorite axe. And it is your turn as we get to the top of the round.
Get him, you death machine.
I like that. And Ulan's just got like that feral raccoon eye energy. It'll just slash at whatever's near him.
Hell yeah, give
And
me a
let's
roll.
see how that. Oh no, 8 total.
8 is a miss. Maybe you're shooken up. You take out like one of the gun walls of the boat, like explodes. You're doing more damage to the boat.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ulan, Ulan, Wayland on the ground. Focus, focus. And Alan is staying focused on this one that's holding the ship. And he's gonna take another swipe at that.
okay,
And get a okay, a 18.
hits.
And come on, you don't need that one. That one was not doing you any good. 6. It's
6
feast or famine
damage.
over here.
Hell yeah. He's hitting with a short
His
sword.
short sword, yeah.
Yeah, it's still not letting go of this
Let go,
the
you damn
tail or the
creature.
prow or anything. But yeah, you're being blasted with this blood. You guys are like covered in it. The floor of the boat is getting just filled up with this vile black blood, and these suckers on the tentacles are sort of going at
All
you.
right. And
Um,
Wayland, yeah. Wayland just uses his turn to then stand up like next to the mast and haul himself up.
Perfect.
I can help too.
Beth, it is your turn.
Okay. Um, so yeah, Seymour is going to take a look at Wayland and sort of scoff at him and then run over and hit one of the tentacles that's holding the ship with his sword.
Okay.
He's not.
He's not. Okay.
He's not. He misses for sure.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't think a six does it.
no, it does not.
Better than a one.
um and Stanley is going to shoot again with his bow. And he doesn't do it either.
Mm.
He also misses.
So
He's
panicked by these
mhm,
tentacles coming at you guys.
he's distracted. So yeah, and then Cordell is just gonna keep hunkering down.
Cordell just tucks in. That might be good because it is the creature's turn now. Once again, I'm going to roll randomly. One, two, and three. We got a two. That's you, Beth. So Cordell is hunkered down, so he's out of the
hmm
fray.
hmm
Your other guys, give me an order. Who's one?
Stanley one, Seymour two.
It is Stanley. As the
Okay.
tentacle swipes at Stanley.
No.
Got an 8 total
Okay. To hit?
to hit. Yeah, I
Oh
think that's a
no.
failure.
He
Okay,
yeah, he
perfect.
has normal AC.
The
Regular
next,
person AC.
the next, the next one coming in is a 3. That's Alex,
Oh,
and a 2, which is Chewy, I
Chewy
believe.
again.
Right? Chewy is swatted for 18 to hit.
Yeah, it hits him.
Ooh.
Boom. Doing 1d8 plus 2. 5 points of damage as it hits Chewy.
So he's got the ring, and he gets sideswiped in the stomach so hard his guts come out of his mouth,
Oh
Oh,
and then he goes
no.
into the water.
he is
No. The
done. The
ring.
last thing that ring you see just
And
goes.
as he's swatted into the water, you can see all the copper coins come out.
He's
I
like a
love this.
pinata.
So we're gonna go that in his last moments, Chewy floating down here, his guts coming out. The last hazy images he sees is what is this giant thing down here? And you see this bulbous mass, but instead of like an octopus, it's simply covered in faces of screaming people that are yelling out. And as you float down and
Nice.
Chewy's guts pouring out, a little tentacle wraps around him and draws him into this mass. And the last we see is maybe Chewie's face kind of appear in the side of this thing, screaming, as he will live, not live, he will experience an eternity of eternal agony trapped into the body of this chaos beast. So,
Fuck yeah.
you guys might not want to get killed by this thing. That's all I'm saying. You could put the death stamp on Chewie.
Bam.
R.I.P. brother. It still has 2 more attacks, I believe. So Nathan, you're one, and all 3 of your dudes are in the fray.
They are.
It's gonna hit. Who was number 1?
Probably Ulan, then Alan, then Wayland.
Ulan gets a swing at him
Not again.
for a 15 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Okay, and it does a D8 plus 2 damage
This
for
is probably
9
it.
points of damage.
Yeah, that'll do it.
What does Ulan's tragic death look like?
Ulan's just whipping around. He's barely paying attention, and this tentacle just wraps around his head and then pulls it off.
And just as it's
We gotta
pulling,
go.
and it's like slow. You could feel your own neck being stretched. On the boat, you see this giant man with like a frosty beard and no fingers, and it laughs as it rips your head off slowly. What happens to the axe?
I'm gonna roll luck. Let's see. Just made it as it falls and catches in the boat, and like you see the frost starting to spread in Ulan's blood.
Perfect. Rip, R.I.P. Ulan. One more attack goes again to Nathan.
Uh-oh.
One or two. So we're gonna say Alan's one.
Yeah,
and
Alan's one now. He's our new
Alan,
number one
it's
man.
Alan.
No.
It's Alan.
No.
Come on, Alan.
He does 3 points of damage to Alan.
I can do this all day.
He's still alive.
Still
That's
alive.
bam.
He
hit
like
with this
catches it
thing.
on the shield, but it like almost broke his arm just doing that. He's really hurt.
We go down to that was 4 attacks. Alex, it is your turn.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta target the ones that are grabbing the ship. And then orangutans and that try and spear the one holding the ship.
All right, roll it up, man.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Come on, get some D20, get some 20s.
16. Fuck yeah.
16's a hit.
Nice.
That's good for me. This is good for business. 7.
7 is a beefy hit. All right. Yeah, you guys are being blasted by it seems like it's gonna let go. It's like weak. You're basically almost pierced through it now. You still have 2 more dudes to go. So
One more.
one more. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
Gubu will help Remington. Heck away.
Okay.
This is a 7, so it's not probably no dice.
No, that is not a hit, unfortunately.
Very well.
Top of the round, Nathan, you're 1 Ulan down.
No, Ulan. And Alan near the back is just, I'm not going out like this. Not like this. And he attacks. Let me make sure he has a +1 strength. He does. That is a 15 exactly.
Hell yeah, that's a hit.
Come on, Alan, MVP. Don't fuck this up. 4.
4? Okay.
And he's
Great.
slashing at this. And this is a terrible idea, but Wayland in his got to go to summer camp. Well, I can do things too. And he goes over to Ulan's axe and he hauls it out of the deck and attacks the tentacle with it. Hopefully with good form.
I love it.
Come on, you son of a nope. 12.
Oh, you guys need to start just lying about your rolls.
I've been doing all right though. I can't complain, but
yeah.
Oh, this thing is so cold, but I'm doing it.
What is Wayland's strength score?
It is a +1.
Well, what's the total score? I was asking.
It is a 13.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's like frozen, and as he gets it like almost like freezes around his hands, like he kind of can't let go of it. Perfect. We go to Beth.
All right. So yeah, Seymour is gonna see that Wayland missed with his great giant axe, and he's gonna sidle up beside him and try to attack the same one.
All right, perfect.
Don't you one-up me?
He doesn't. It's 13.
Oh, it's not so easy, but a little better than Wayland.
And Stanley also misses.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anything from Cordell, or is he just hunkered?
I think Cordell is gonna see what's happening and try and come over with his club. Try and whack it with his club. No, of course not. No, he misses.
Unfortunately, now is the time for the creature, and with Cordell now in the fray, he is available. Our first attack goes to Alex, and who was number 2? Remington.
Yeah, that's Remington.
That's Remington.
No.
This is a successful hit, and this is one where Remington gets wrapped up by this thing, and it's gonna pull him away.
His eyeballs bulge out a little.
Second one goes to Nathan.
Oh no.
And who is number 2?
Number 2's Wayland.
Waylon. And this is another one where Waylon gets wrapped up by these
Wow.
things. You're trying to pull them.
Brother,
No,
remember
brother.
you. Remember.
Two more hits. Guys, you
want
might
to-
want to think of some alternate plans here because this is
You-
bad news.
You don't want to
Did
have
Did
to
you get
take
the
care
ones,
of mother
the tentacles
alone.
grabbing the ship, or?
No, I mean they're still
Okay.
attacking.
How far are
Uh,
we from our destination?
Half a mile.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
try-
Beth,
maybe the
you
sensor.
are unfortunately getting hit, and it's your number 1. Who's number 1?
Stanley.
Stanley, for 4 points of damage.
Stanley gets knocked off the top of the
Oh no.
the dragon,
Prow.
the prow, and just falls into the water.
Falls into the water. And it's like, at least it's a clean death. And then the tentacles grab and suck him into this. And then on the prow, on the one that's holding the prow, Stanley's face kind of like pops through the flesh and begins screaming at you guys.
He's looking through the spyglass.
And our second one is to Beth and to
Oh, no.
who's your number 2 guy?
I guess
Waylon,
that'd
or
be
not Waylon, Cordell. right?
Cordell. Yep.
Cordell. Cordell takes 9 points of
Oh,
damage.
jeez.
He gets absolutely
It's
squashed.
splatted, right? Yeah.
Just
Just
splatted. Yeah.
Done. Just
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Some holy water like trickles out from
His
beneath
like
the
body is
tentacle.
laying on the side of the boat.
Yeah.
We go to the top, or we go to Alex. Alex, what would you like to do?
I think Remington's gonna try and escape, and Gubu is gonna keep hacking at this tentacle, which is holding the boat.
Okay,
So-
great.
so,
I need a strength check from Remington.
All right, here's a strength check for Remington. No, not with a 7.
No, you're trying to pull yourself out of this. No luck for Remington.
This guy's
Gubu.
toast. He's going to slash at the tentacle holding the ship. That is a 17.
That's a hit.
All right, here's the damage. Please roll high. Ooh, 3.
3. Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you slash at it, and we'll say it lets go of the prow of the boat or whatever, or the back of the boat, but you still have the one on the front there.
It's
This
a
tentacle
tentacle grabbing the boat.
tracks its way in. Top of the round, Nathan. How many people you got left?
I got 2, and neither of them are in good situations, really. Alan's gonna listen to Gobu there and gonna just run up to the front of the ship with his sword and attempt to hack it. Maybe if they get moving, they can survive this. Yeah, 7 ain't gonna cut it though.
No.
And hopefully that crummy die roll is all right for when Waylon tries to break out and rolls a 6. I don't think that's gonna cut it.
It's not gonna do. That's a strength check, and I need a DC 20.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah.
gonna cut it.
Yeah. Perfect.
Brother.
Beth, you're up.
Seymour, I think, is going to try and hack. Can he hack at the one that is holding Wayland to try and get it to let go?
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. It'll give Waylon a
Okay.
free chance to try to break out.
No, not if he rolls a 10.
No, I'm afraid not.
Unfortunately.
Brother, I came for you.
I'm trying. This sword is shit. It's not sharpened.
It is the creature's turn. And unfortunately, 2 of its tentacles are going to drag Remington and Waylon into the waters. Where down below they see this chaos leviathan. Its screaming faces, its gibbering mouths, its staring eyes. And as they come down closer, and they're like absorbed as all this like venom type flesh surrounds you guys and sucks you in, screaming. You realize the horror of your situation, an eternity trapped inside of this thing in utter agony. But with enough people now absorbed, the beast is satiated. It has received its tribute, and it, with a satisfaction, it sucks itself down into the water. It has two more tentacle attacks though before it leaves. So it's going to go to Alex. What, one character left?
Yeah. If it's
Okay.
hit, he dies.
Yeah,
we're
probably. It
all
does
down to
5
one.
points of damage.
Oh, he's gone.
Is that Gobu?
Yeah, it's Gubu. He's gone.
Gubu, he's
Gone,
done.
Boo.
He's still in the boat, so his gear's there. And then the next attack would be to Nathan
Oh no.
He gets cut in
Alan,
half.
no.
for 4 points of damage.
Oh, that'll finish Alan off.
Alan falls dead into the boat as the boat begins on its way again. Who's left in the boat?
Is it just Seymour?
Yeah.
Really just
Oh
Seymour.
my
It's
God.
just Seymour.
Oh my
Suddenly
God.
Seymour.
This is going off the rails a little bit, but okay. Terrific. The boat travels to the distant shore where you hear this hooting, and Seymour, perhaps the hero of this tale, unknown to anybody. Love it. The island draws closer, revealing the source of the golden glow. A towering ziggurat with burning light radiating from within the silver thin cracks between its massive stone blocks. A wide ramp circles the edifice, sloping to the top of the temple. Hordes of beastmen crowd the ramp, howling into the darkness. Hammering on massive high drums and pushing a terrified string of prisoners to the ziggurat's glowing peak. High atop the temple, you can make out a fearsome silhouette of an enormous armored figure, wreathed in infernal smoke and lit from below. The boat drifts ever closer to this island with the drums. The bodies of Alan and Grobu are kind of in there, tousled over. Seymour, what would you like to do?
So he'll run over to the bodies and see if they're still alive.
All right. This is rules for higher level characters, but we're going to use it here. So, make a luck roll for your dudes. And let me know.
I got a pass.
I got it at 3 under 13, baby.
Perfect. And who says actual plays are scripted? This is crazy. It's wild.
We didn't talk about this and roll these earlier. What are you talking about?
That would be insane.
I'm not dead yet.
Alan just has a big sucker mark on his face.
The sucker mark you see for Alan it's like the circle, but you could see there's almost this like 8-pointed star within the sucker that's now like etched into your face. You guys come back with 1 hit point apiece.
Full health, got it.
But also, I'm going to actually roll on the minor corruption chart.
Ooh.
As you guys have been almost slain by chaos. So give me 2 seconds to find that. I'm going to have you guys roll, actually.
You remember, you have to survive to get your revenge for Sindri.
Minor corruption, roll a d10.
Okay, let's see. D10, 6.
6.
And I rolled a 7.
6 and 7, perfect. 7 is easy. You have chills. You shake constantly. You cannot remain quiet due to your chattering teeth. So basically, you're forever permanently cold. Alan can never get warm again. And for a 6 for Gobu, I need you to additionally roll a d5.
Okay. D5. I don't got one of those lying around, so.
Yeah.
Funny dice, 5.
There we go. 5. Perfect. Your ears are mutated. being hit by this thing. Your ears shrivel up to basically nothing and fold back into your head and like fuse with the skin. So Forever Grobu almost has like these horrible holes for where his ears used to be. So enjoy your corruption, my friends. That'll be good.
As long as I get my revenge, it'll be worth it.
You arrive at the shore where it seems like the beastmen are in this wild, orgiastic frenzy. They're pounding on drums, they're hooting. You see a group of prisoners being led up to the top of the ziggurat in chains, screaming by these beastmen, pushing them. And at the top, underlit, as if there's something glowing at the top of this ziggurat, is this, it's hard to make out, but this huge, like, hulking figure is up there, underlit, and you hear this dancing. On the shore, there's a couple of these. You see a group of prisoners are chained together. It looks like they're maybe the next or the last in line. They're like tied together, their hands and feet, and there are three of them. And they see you coming. Who's in those cloaks? Is anybody in the cloaks?
Well, we have enough for everyone now.
And maybe we'll throw them on before we get.
Yeah, I think Alan will
We know
be
that there's a
in
horde
cloak,
of beastmen, right, on the shore.
And you see the prisoners, and they see you, and they're like, "Oh God, what's next?" But they are left more or less unattended, kind of just like tied up on the edge of the beach here. The beastmen seem like they're just in this absolute frenzy. What would y'all like to do?
Let's free them.
No, we must kill them. No, okay, fine, we'll free them.
If there's no beastmen, we should free them.
Yes, we need backup after your brother. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Was he in the pile of bodies? Did you see him? I can't handle Mother without him.
Well, I've got terrible news. He was dragged down with the censer that maybe we should have lit. Maybe that would have been a clever idea.
Oh.
No,
well,
Alan will go up to the others and like pull his hood back just a little so that the people can see, like, no, he's human, not except he's got that sucker with
Yeah. He's
really
chattering,
loud.
his teeth are chattering.
Out loud, Seymour will say, "Shut up, you curs," and then like really quietly be like, "It's me."
Seymour! We were hoping it was your brother.
Wow.
Wow.
That idiot, he got himself killed. Weeping, just weeping.
So let's see who these people are exactly. There's three of them, which
I rolled
is
a 44.
a 44. Give me 2 seconds here. A 44. One of them is a regular old ass farmer. And you can roll me a D8 to determine what type of farmer he is.
All right. 7.
7. It's a radish farmer.
Ah, yes.
Human radish farmer. Now, again, they don't come with their equipment. So no pitchfork and no hen or other animal. Yeah, you have a farmer. Who's next? Who wants to roll?
This is Farmer Aurelius.
Farmer Aurelius. Okay.
87.
Fancy.
87 is good. One of them is a smuggler.
Oh.
That's pretty neat. A human smuggler. And finally?
And 66.
66 is an herbalist.
All right.
Right. These people are tied up here. They're frightened. They're panicked, wide-eyed.
Quickly, you go ahead and grab whatever weapons that are left in the boat. Don't mind the blood in Blackacre.
They're like, that's a lot of blood in that boat. I gotta say.
It was a tough fight to get here.
Does what happened to Ulan's axe, out of curiosity?
I mean, he got wrapped up with it and it was frozen to his hands.
Okay, so it is gone.
I'm
That's
I'm
fine.
assuming, unless you want to do a luck roll or something, but I assume it got dragged down.
Yeah, I would think it probably got drugged down. Yeah. Perfect. Great. Uh, pardon me for cut this part out.
Yeah.
Making a lot of work for Nathan.
Yeah, this is horrible.
Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Didn't want to do
Yeah.
that on camera. That makes sense. And continue.
Yes, I think the herbalist looking in, his name will be Darren, um, but spelled fantasy like. He gets up there and he sees Ulan's body and it has a trowel sticking out of it, so he'll just grab this kind of sharp trowel and have it as a dagger.
Nice, nice. All right, perfect. But yeah, if there's like, I'm gonna say it's probably pretty easy. There's you guys got really messed up, but if you wanted like a sword or something like that, you could probably grab small things, I would
A
guess.
large rock.
Big old rock.
There's
Two-hand the
ores.
rock. Yeah,
Could grab an
Farmer
ore.
Aurelius, he's going to pick up a giant rock.
Okay.
That's what's available to him.
Perfect, perfect. Great. With that, I mean, what is the game plan here? These beastmen have not seemed to notice you yet. They're in such this frenzy, and they're kind of goading people up to the top of the ziggurat. They're almost to the top. This like chain of like 6 or 7 people here.
We should pretend that these 3 are prisoners, and then maybe take out the lord of all of this,
Yes. The
and
undead
then
chaos.
establish dominance. That's how it works, right?
Yes. Yes. No, these monster men are weak-willed. I'm sure they could be turned to not attack us immediately. It's a wise plan, Gobu.
I will get my revenge.
All right, you 3 pretend to be tied up. I didn't catch and he's gesturing towards the last one. Didn't catch your name.
My name is
He's
Darren, Daerry.
No, not you, the herbalist. No, the smuggler looking fella.
He sort of, you notice him and he's trying to like sneak away. And he realizes that there's nowhere to go. He's like, "Oh, I was just finding this sling on the ground from these bodies, and I'm coming with you for sure. I'm coming with you,
Wonderful. What should we
Yeah.
call you?
Asher."
Asher.
Amazing, amazing.
Look forward
Terrific.
to a long career, Asher. All right, yeah.
Actually, maybe not a sling for Asher. Asher says, I also found this club. And he throws the sling on the ground.
Okay.
Just in the water. Bloop.
Yeah.
I don't need a ranged weapon. I can only take one weapon. There's no reason for me to have both.
He
I
has
feel
a
like all of our people with good weapons got dragged out of the ship. I'm like, one
Seymour's-
of you had a bow and arrow. Gulp.
Seymour has his gem encrusted
true.
longsword that he knows how to use, that he's definitely hit with.
That technique, it's impeccable.
Seymour, you are amazing, says Willow.
You're definitely the better brother. Darren.
All right, we'll
So-
we'll march up the ziggurat.
I'd like each of the 3 of you in the robes to make personality tests and tell me
Come on,
what
Alan.
what you get.
What's your personality, Alan?
I got a 14.
Hey!
Not 9.
9. And what did you get, Nathan?
14 as well.
14. Great. Yeah, you guys goad the prisoners up, and for their part, it's easy enough for them to pretend to be terrified prisoners. Like they play that role super well. But the beastmen are cheering and they're pushing the prisoners. But you guys, they seem to pay no real mind to. They glance in your direction, but they're just so frenetic and excited and jubilant, and you guys begin making your way up this ziggurat, this kind of up this ramp that spirals it, up one level and then another. And there's dozens of beastmen here, and they're all just in this. Some of them are on their knees and they're worshiping, but they're all these twisted forms. And even amongst them, you can notice a scrap here of a shirt or pants that are torn. And you're like, oh, that might have been Farmer Johnson, or this might have been this person. Um, and they're all strange and bizarre with heads of insects, limbs of beasts, tails. Some of them are misshapen. Like even one person has like normal sized arms and legs on the left, and these like shriveled little things on the left. Um,
He's a
Pure
bull.
chaos. But as you guys round toward the top, get to the top of the temple here. The peak of the temple is dominated by a vast, smoking pit that glows with a hellish light. A mighty beast man hoists an effigy of a fearsome armored figure high into the swirling clouds as the prisoners are hurled screaming, one after another, into the pit. A trio of snarling beastmen upends woven baskets, pouring thousands of coins in after your fellow villagers, producing smoke and flame. All about you is the thundering cacophony of drums and bestial howls as the bizarre ritual nears its climax. What do you do?
We have to go after the leader.
Yes. Maybe we
Everyone
can
charge.
push him in. Push him in.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let's go. Let's just roll up initiative real quick and we'll do initiative order.
So we're just sidling back behind this guy.
Yeah, nobody's paying you any mind. Like everybody's in such a frenzy, and you're bringing prisoners up. But you see these prisoners. Oh my God, that's the turnip farmer, Lawrence, and he's like, no, and they push him in, and it's like this hideous. It's almost like magma. Like he hits it, and he just like lays on top of it, screaming as he's slowly consumed by the flames.
Not Lawrence. No. I rolled an 18.
Pretty
Ooh,
good.
12.
20.
Oh,
Whoa.
Wow, we're locked
This is
in.
the
better
wrong
one.
place for a 20,
Yeah.
to be honest.
And Nathan, you got a 12, right?
I got a 12. Yep.
All right. You guys have a surprise round if you want to act in some way. Up on top here is this like priest-like figure, and he's got this huge, looks like it's woven together from like crude rags and twigs and stuff like that, but it's this like 7 foot tall effigy of a horned figure. And he's holding it up and he's mumbling some as people dump all this gold and gems and shit in. So there's 3 beastmen dumping stuff and the priest with the giant effigy. What would you like to do?
I would love to go for the priest, Gubu.
Okay, Beth, you're up first though, so you're two
Oh, yeah.
guys. You can choose to act, or you could choose to let Gobu do something.
Yeah, I think Seymour wants to prove himself. He's gonna rush forward and try and make a hit with this longsword
Again.
All right. Are you
against
going
the
for
priest.
against
Yeah.
the priest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a 12.
Okay, 12. Give me 2 seconds here. Shaman, okay. That is a hit.
Yes.
Oh. And that's a D8, I think, right?
Yes.
An 8. Do I
And
add my strength to that?
You do, yes.
My
Yeah,
lord.
so a 9.
Hell
A
yeah.
9. What does this thing's death look like as you run
Oh.
up with the long sword and get it? Which
I
you
think-
know how to use, apparently. You keep saying you don't, but you keep hitting things with it. So
No, this is the first thing he's hit with it.
okay.
He's been missing the whole time. I think he's just like convinced it's not sharp enough, that he's not been hitting because it's just not sharp enough. And then he just like cleaves through this person and he's like, oh, I guess it was sharp enough. And the person just
Perfect.
It
They
just slides
fall.
apart.
This thing is like, and as you cut through it, everybody, like the guys dumping the treasure, stop and look at you, and all the chanting like stops for a minute as the beastmen are like, and the effigy falls flat into the like magma pit and bursts into fire. Um, and then everything goes crazy. Everybody's like, "Ah," and they point at them and start yelling and shit like that. Uh, what is your other character doing? Um, who is the smuggler? What's the smuggler's name?
Asher.
Asher the smuggler.
Yeah. So that's the priest, right? And then
The priest is gone.
the
There's
effigy is
three. The effigies burning in there. Yep.
okay. There's three beastmen.
Three beastmen on the other side of the pit. Yep.
Okay. Could they be pushed into the pit potentially?
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. I think he's gonna try and push somebody into the pit.
Okay, you run over to a beastman. He's still a little stunned. Like he's like,
Mm-hmm.
holy shit. Give me a D12 roll real quick for funsies.
12?
Yeah.
4.
4. This particular beast man has receding lips that curl back to reveal saber-like fangs and the split pupils of a cat. And you see he's like, and he goes as you run up to him.
Whoa, 18.
Hell yeah.
18 is a hit. What does it look like? What happens?
If he's just gonna run up, and I think he's trying to go low center of balance to kind of get him off balance, and just basically try and take his legs out from under him with the with the club and try and get him to fall into the pit, I guess.
Perfect. Yeah, you don't have to roll damage. You just sweep the legs and it goes doo, like ass over tea kettle into this like magma pit right by the effigy. And you see he's like burning. And as you look and see from the pit, from the bodies of the villagers, from these coins that are melting, from this guy you knocked in, it's almost like you hear this wailing as like all these steaming faces are coming out of the heat and they're going into that burning effigy. But it is now Alex's turn.
All right, I think Gubu is going to start killing some beastmen that are close nearby.
Hell yeah.
So
There's
he's
the ones
gonna-
like on the ramp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they can't really get onto the platform if you keep them at bay, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
he's gonna keep them at bay.
Yeah, yeah.
I will show you calamitous violence. 15.
15. That's a hit for a beast man.
Beautiful. Oh, 7.
7 is a kill. What
Jam
is
right
this
into the
beast
eye.
man's right in the eye? I love it. Perfect. And how about your new guy, whatever the fuck his
Let's
name
see.
is?
Farmer Aurelius.
Aurelius.
9.
Aurelius.
9. I was so getting to know the character names.
He tries to bash one down with a rock. I don't think it's effective.
No, that is not effective. And finally, Nathan, your two characters.
All right. I think
Alan and
I'm not gonna worry
Darren.
too much about it. Darren is gonna go up to one that kind of next to the one that got pushed in,
Yeah.
and just that trowel that was sharpened against the shovel comes out, and he's just gonna try and stab one of the other beastmans.
Roll it.
Luckily, I rolled awful for his character, and he rolled a natural 1. So
Oh, roll a natural, and that's a fumble, my friend.
it sure is. Let's
D4 plus
D4,
your
right? 3 plus what's the plus on that one?
it's the inverse of your luck roll, your luck modifier.
Okay,
Sorry.
so that brings it down to a 2.
2. You trip on your way to do this, but you can make a reflex save right now. Otherwise, you must spend the next round prone.
Uh, no, absolutely not. 3.
Whoa.
And he's like scrabbling because he's kind of feeling himself slide towards the pit. No, 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 no.
Perfect. Yeah, you're laying there. You're like when Lando Calrissian's being sucked into the Sarlacc pit. Like,
Yeah. And then Alan um, realizes like just how much trouble, but he's got a plan, and it's a bad one. But he's going to step up to where the priest was and rip back that cloak that he was disguised as, and you can see that sucker mark with the chaos
Yeah.
on it, and he'll shout as loud as he can, "Seize this! You have been following a pretender. I am the true reincarnation of," and then he'll name the Chaos Lord, whose name I couldn't write down because of my keyboard.
Molon.
Molon. I am the embodiment. Seize this, prattle.
Love it. Love it. Make a personality roll.
Oh, come on, my man. Come on, Alan. Don't fuck this up. 14.
14. You might bought yourself some time, like the ones that are going to attack stop and they're like, huh? And they start looking at one another. Huh? In the pit, all this energy is being sucked into the effigy, and the effigy sinks into the magma and then kind of comes out of it's like a charred husk. It's like covered in when magma cools and it forms those like rocks. It's like this 8-foot tall, like horned thing covered in this. But as you look, it begins to shake and chunks of the magma begin to fall off. And underneath, no longer twigs or anything of that nature, is the fully formed armored body of a Chaos Lord, a hellish, horned humanoid with a single cyclopean eye blazing with infernal light. It's clad in armor and it has a spiked flail in its hand. And it goes as it comes out. I'll throw a picture up in the Discords for you. Let's
Would this
see.
maybe be the creature that's on the cover of the adventure?
It might be, but it also looks like that as it kind of comes out
Oh
of this
no.
pit.
Guess who we have to stab in the face?
Oh
And with
no.
its flail, it spins it around and smashes down onto the ground. I'm gonna roll its initiative here. +0. Okay, good for you guys. I rolled a 12. So what is, Alex, your highest person's agility modifier?
+2.
So you're gonna go first before it.
Nice.
Thank God.
All right.
It's like hittable. It's not like hovering over the lava.
No, like it comes out of the lava. It steps. It's got like goat
okay.
legs underneath of it. And it's like a person. So
Right.
it's coming out of there with this flow. It's 8 feet tall. It's horned with that single eye. We go to the
Let's
top of
do
the
this.
round, and Beth, you are up.
Pile on him.
Yeah.
It's spinning this like 3-headed spiked flail.
Yeah, Seymour's gonna run up. He thought he was already dead because he got captured. And he's gonna run up and say, "For Wayland!" And
Right.
try and hit it. That's a 16.
16. Where's AC at here?
This
Where
is
the
where we
fuck is
figure
it?
out how much trouble we're in.
Yep. Yeah, 16 is a hit.
Oh, nice. Okay. 5 damage.
5 damage. Incredible. Okay, perfect. You cut into it, and instead of blood, magma like flows out of its gaping wound, this hot, like burning. It's clad in this blackened armor with a symbol of chaos on it, and it's got this spiked flail. What is your other character doing? The beastmen now also seem a little like, oh shit, like we've got to do something. What are you doing? There's still two. There's still
Shit,
two
man.
beastmen up on the platform, and then there's a horde of them away from Grogu.
Oh
Gro-
shit!
Yeah.
Go-
It's the
Gobu.
Chaos Lord.
Yeah, if I wonder if anybody would have grabbed that holy water off of Cordell's body.
Make a luck roll.
Okay. A 2.
That's probably under your luck. So
It sure
yes,
is,
you
yeah.
got some. You got some holy
Great.
water.
I think Asher probably would have grabbed it. He was looting bodies. And so I think he's gonna run up and maybe try and pour some of the water um on the magma to try and like harden it, I guess,
Okay.
is the idea. To try and
Okay.
like keep it in one place.
Perfect. Yeah, you splash holy water on this. Give me a
Splash.
personality. What's that?
Splash.
Splash. Give me a personality roll.
Pour
And
a
let me
lot
know what
of.
your DC.
Doing
Let me
the
know what
like
the total is.
little spritz with the hand.
Yeah. Oh, it's 19.
19 is pretty good. Um, yeah, something somewhere. What is Asher's alignment? This is going to be important.
I think probably neutral. I think is probably.
Neutral. Okay.
Yeah.
Something somewhere from out there seems pleased by this. Asher is able to douse this with holy water. Give me a D4 for damage.
Okay. 2.
2 is great.
Power of
Yeah,
law compels you. The power of
something,
law.
somewhere. You feel cosmically as if something is pleased by this. And it hits. We go to Alex. Your turn.
All right. So Gubu's he sees the big bad guy.
Yeah.
You are the architect of all my pain and loss. I will only be complete again in death. And he'll charge you.
Holy shit. Go Boo.
He's
MVP.
going in.
I love
All
it.
right. Roll it.
God, what the fuck? 12.
12 is a miss, unfortunately.
Oh. And you
And-
don't add strength to the hit. Yeah.
No, just the damage. Just the damage.
And then
And,
the farmer, Aurelius, which is not a farmer name. He will start beating these beastmen with this big rock. So we'll see what
Nice.
that hits. That's an 18.
Ooh, that's a hit on a beast
Oh my
man.
God.
Yeah.
Give me
All right.
I'd say rock is like a D4. Let's do
All
that.
right.
Plus your strength.
Two-handed large rock.
Bam.
5 damage.
5
Brain.
damage kills a beast man dead. Like they're still trying to get up onto this platform, but he's bam holding them at bay, like smashing. One will say he's got like a stork's head, like it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Like it's very delicate and like slender, and you're like it's almost beautiful. And you're just like bam,
Giant rock.
Giant rock. Unfortunately, it is the Beastmen's turn. 2 abreast are trying to get up this platform. So 2 of them are going to attack, and unfortunately, Aurelius is the one in their way. So let's see if they hit. The first one is going to attack with D20 to Aurelius. Rolls a 17.
Oh, that hits. Aurelius is
that's
kind
a
of
hit.
beefy. We'll see.
Okay, perfect.
He's a
And these
farmer.
guys are just like pure at this point, like clawing at you. It's a D4 damage.
Oh shit, he lives these unless they have strength bonus.
3.
3, he's still alive. He flexes his muscles at the
What a
last
bum.
moment.
Ugh. It's you flex your pecs and it just can't get through
That's
the
right.
pec. The second one runs up and is attacking Aurelius as well.
Oh, this might get him.
Rolls an 18, unfortunately,
Oh,
and does 2 points of damage.
that's it. He's
Oh,
done. He's
no.
gone.
Aurelius, but you held off the Beastman horde for at least this round, as you're
Yeah.
as
I
you're
imagine he
basically
gets dragged
consumed by this
downward, right?
horde.
Yeah, and they all pile on him.
They start ripping him apart, and you guys turn back and you see like all you see is a Beastman horde, and then one of them holds up Aurelius's head in the air like triumphantly.
No.
And then there's 2 Beastmen on the top of this ziggurat now. Nathan, who's your guy that tripped?
Darren.
I think one of them is definitely going for Darren
He's on the
because he's
ground.
prone. He ran up with a trowel to try to kill one. So this one's going to roll a d20
Mercy.
and rolls a 9 plus 0 Does that
All
hit?
right. I
No.
shouldn't. Oh, actually, let me double check because this character was kind of garbage. Let's see. He's got a -1, so
So
that would take it down
did he
to
take a
yeah, that'd be
shield
it.
with him by chance?
Uh, I don't know that we had a shield, so we'll go with no.
He's laying prone on the ground, and this beastman that
Yeah.
looks like roll a d12 for me. Let's
All
see. Let's have
right.
fun.
Let's choose the form of your destruction.
Yeah.
A 1.
A 1. Roll a d6.
A D6. 6.
With the head of a wolf, almost looking like some sort of infernal werewolf with this mangy fur, claws at Darren on the ground, doing 1 point of damage, just
Okay, okay.
raking him.
He's
Uh,
hey, he's still kicking.
and the other one is going to, I'm going to just fair, roll a d3. Beth, it's one of your two goofballs. Who's number 1?
Okay. That would be Seymour.
Rolled a 1. Seymour.
Oh,
No.
But I rolled to hit a 5.
Yes.
Seymour is safe
ducks out of the way.
for now. We go down the initiative order into Nathan. It's your turn.
All right. We'll stay put with Darren starting. Just I know he's on the ground, but with this wolf like attacking, is he able to get the trowel and still attack from the ground?
I'm gonna say I'll let you do it, but I'm actually going to reduce your because it's kind of
Ah,
I'm gonna reduce. So instead of rolling a d20 to attack, you go down the dice chain, which would be a d16.
oh, a D6. Okay, I'm gonna have to use the funky roller for that.
Yes, yeah.
All right, come on, buddy. No, that's a 7 total. He sucks.
Misses as he's poking at him with the trowel.
He's crying, seeing his end before him. Um, but Alan, who had thrown his thing back and made this declaration, sees this one-eyed creature, and he's hurting so bad. But yes, we must defeat the evil. And he strides forward and just tries to stab at this thing with his sword. Come on, my man. Oh no, that's not gonna do it, I don't think. A 12.
12 is just a miss. Now,
Oh,
I will point out you guys can burn your luck on your own rolls.
I beg
1
your
to
pardon.
1.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
Shit, I
then
forgot
I'm
all
sorry.
about that.
Yeah, I should have brought it up. You can spend
yeah.
your luck. It's an almost it's not quite permanent, but like you don't
Yeah.
recover this. But if you want to spend 1, you
This
would
sounds
hit
like
him.
a great time for Alan to burn a luck,
Mhm.
to get a stab in on this thing.
Now your modifier will fluctuate with
Yes.
that.
Yes.
But if you had one of those lucky augers, that's it always just goes off of your original
Okay,
luck
I see.
forever. So if that
Yeah, I
makes sense.
think that I'll double check in a minute. I think that'll drop his luck down, but he needs to take this stab into this thing. Good thing he did. 6 damage.
Holy shit, that's a huge
Yeah.
blow.
If I
You
survive, I
hit
might
this
become
thing.
a fighter. I won't survive.
You guys are hacking at it, and it's bleeding magma through the plates of its armor. It's oozing, but unfortunately, it is now the beast's turn. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3.
Gods have mercy on us.
Going to Nathan.
Oh, come on.
Alan's 1, we'll say, and the
Yeah,
other guy's
Alan's
2.
1. Come on,
Nope,
you
it's your
son of a gun.
Darren on the floor.
Thank God.
The Chaos Lord raises its mighty flail, and it gets a +6 to this attack for 12.
Yeah, that'll do it. This guy sucks so
This
much.
massive flail hits Darren for 7 points of damage. Assume Darren's RIP'd. What does
Darren he was on Herbalist. He's like, I'm not made for that. And you just see the trowel kind of fly in the air and then land point into his like chest, just sticking out.
hoist by his own patrowel? Amazing. And it laughs, and Alan's soul seems to get sucked out of his body
No.
into this Chaos Lord. And it laughs, magma pooling from its mouth. It looks like it's crumbling and collapsing even as you guys are attacking it.
Yes. Take Darren's soul and be rid of us.
But we go to the top of the round, which is Beth again. You see poor Darren, like his soul sucked out of his body into this thing.
No. Darren.
We knew you so well.
We grew attached in such a short amount of time. You had
So
so
much
much
death.
personality.
So much death, just like so much wasted tissue paper.
He used to bring herbs for my rituals as a sage. So
He
as a
was never
reminder,
very-
Seymour is also a sage.
He was never very smart or strong or athletic.
This
He
town
had a
ain't big
little bit
enough.
of luck, but
It went so well last time. Seymour's gonna try and swipe into the big guy.
Okay, roll it up.
That's a 7. I don't
Okay.
know if I have enough luck to.
Just burn
Yeah.
10 luck, right?
You would need 6 luck to get there. But remember, these may be your level 1 characters going forward. So yeah, if you
That's rude.
want to burn all of that luck or not, it's up to you. You certainly could.
I mean, that's not a good enough roll. No, I think he just misses. I think Asher's gonna try. Okay.
Boo.
all right.
We'll see what Asher does.
Okay.
He's gonna try and hit with his club this time.
Okay.
Be right back real quick.
Okay. So Asher's going to get a 15.
That's a hit.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a D4, I think.
Plus your strength
Which
bonus.
is nothing.
Okay.
It's a 4 though.
Hell yeah, you take a
Nice.
big chunk out of this thing. Like, aside from its armor, which appears to be, how should I put this? Like, you're not denting the armor necessarily, but underneath of it, its legs, arms, you're taking huge chunks out. Even the arm that's not holding the flail just falls off, like, into the magma dissolving into it. This thing's coming apart at the seams, but it still has that flail arm. Those are your 2 characters. We go to Alex.
I got one character. So he lunged forward with the short sword.
Yeah.
And he's gonna go again. Fuck yeah, 17. You
Goo-goo.
can't get a dirty nat 20, can you?
No,
it's just no.
I'm gonna say no. It's
All right. I'll take the damage though.
actually, you know what? Fuck it.
Okay.
I'll say for this one time,
For
do it. If you want to
revenge.
spend 3
I'll
luck,
spend 3 luck
yeah,
to get a 20.
to get a nat 20, perfect. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. What class do you think Gobu would have leveled up in?
Fighter, easy.
Fighter? I'll let you roll on the fighter table for this epic moment. So give me 2 seconds here. A fighter at level 1 rolls on the critical table, 1d12 on critical table 3.
All right. Here's the 1d12. 12. What the?
Oh, fuck yeah.
What the?
Blow to the cranium, staggering the foe. Roll your damage for me.
All right, please high roll.
Oh my god.
Please. I'll take that. That's 6 damage total, 5 plus 1.
And I'm happy to tell you that 3 was the magic number.
Oh.
You critical into this guy's head. What does it look like as this Chaos Lord with your mighty blow of devastation to his head? What's it look like?
I
he-
imagine it looks like as he misses the first like thrust with the sword and kind of propels him forward, he then boosts with his legs muscles, and it looks something akin to an angry raccoon jumping onto this man's head. He starts slashing away at his brain, maybe plunging the sword down.
Nice.
You plunge it down, this one single eye that looks you rolls up into his head as this like bloody magma bursts, and with its like the top of its head's gone, but its mouth laughs. as it dissolves and falls apart to nothing. Its armor clanking to the ground, its flail on the ground as well. With this, the Chaos Lord is defeated. And for a
Aye!
moment, all the beastmen stop what they're doing. Uh, in this immediate moment, like what is everybody's emotional state or feeling? Like what's everybody feeling, I guess?
Anger.
Furious
Um,
anger.
desperation. That's what Alan's feeling.
Okay.
Emptiness.
Emptiness.
Oh no.
Amazing. For a moment,
Seymour has to go back to his mother.
for a moment, the beastmen don't know what to do. But then they regain themselves and they point at you guys and they start running toward you. And that's when the first stone falls from the cavern ceiling above, crashing and destroying these beastmen. Another one falls and hits. It seems like the whole cavern begins to shake in the ziggurat you're on as the roof begins to cave in and fall towards you guys. What do you do?
Run! Get to the ship!
The ship.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay.
take a trophy from
Great.
the corpse if there's anything to quickly grab and run.
The corpse is gone, but
It's gone.
the armor and flail of the Chaos Lord has fallen. In addition, it looks like these baskets of treasure they were dumping. It looks like they haven't gotten to one of them. Here's how this is going to work. I'm going to roll a d6 in the open here. 4. You guys have 6 basically rounds to get the hell out of here as rocks are falling. So each round, we'll say, you can grab like one thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So who would like to do what?
Gubu, why don't you go first? I think you did the finishing blow, so you get first dibs.
All right, Gubu's gonna grab some of this badass armor.
Nice.
Perfect. That's too mean. Okay. Yeah, you grab this armor. It's hot to the touch and it like burns you. But you manage to grab it up. And even as you do, somehow it's, this thing was 8 feet tall, but when you grab it in your arms, you realize like it's your perfect Gobu size. It would be hard to put it on right now, but it's halfling sized Chaos Lord armor.
I'll put it in my bag and I'll just move
Okay.
on to the next turn.
Perfect. Rocks are falling and collapsing on everybody. Beth, Nathan, what are you guys doing in this turn here?
I think that Seymour would probably grab the flail and
Okay.
then run, and then Asher would grab whatever he could.
Nice.
Asher, roll me a d20.
6.
You get 6 gold and roll me 2 d20 now and add them together.
2d20?
Yep.
Add them together. Whoa, 19 and 15, which is 34.
34 silver. You managed to like scoop it up in your cloak here from this
Nice.
piled off treasure. Nathan, how about you?
I think they got the stuff. Alan has been dinged up. He's got his sword, he's got his shield, and he's just going to start making his way down. This are the sides of the ziggurat, like, are they
They're sloped,
enough
yeah.
that could he actually just get on that and start sliding down?
That's epic. I love that. You jump. As you're doing, rocks are plummeting, hitting beside you as you're sliding. The beastmen are confused. They don't know what to do. Some of them are getting knocked about. Up on the
Just
top of the
shoulder one.
ziggurat as Alan's gone. Beth and Alex, anything else you guys are doing, or are you just fleeing?
I think
Just
Gubu's just
fleeing.
gonna run. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys make your way down. Sometimes you have to hack through some beastmen that give opposition, but for the most part, they are a mass. They don't know what's going on. Even some of them towards the bottom, with the Chaos Lord gone, whatever holding this incredible structure together, this massive underground ocean is collapsing. You see some of these beastmen even melting down into pools of nothing. The boat remains, and you guys manage to get your way to it. It begins to sail immediately away here from this ziggurat. And as you do, a towering wave as a giant rock falls, crushing this ziggurat, um, creating a towering wave which propels you with terrifying speed toward the distant cavern wall. Ahead, through a sea of towering white caps and the debris of falling boulders, you spy the mouth of a narrow cave. The dragon-prowed ship rides down the crest of the giant wave and shoots into the rocky maw, the howling surf crashing all around you. And with that, we will end our adventure of sailors on the Starless Sea.
Woo!
Whew,
Oh my
crazy.
goodness.
So you
Amazing.
guys managed to
Wild.
make your way out of there. Before we end here, um, give me a slight epilogue for each of the characters. Do you think they'd go on to more adventures eventually? Do you think they would? What would happen to them? Just a
Yeah,
rough.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Goop is a little dead inside, and the only joy he gets is from vanquishing the foes of chaos nowadays.
All right. I love that.
Yeah, I think that Alan, because he's got that brand, I think the people of the town are like, even though he's come back, they start to reject him and deal coldly. He's always been a little aloof as the astronomer, and
Yeah.
so eventually he's just like, screw you guys, I'm going with Gobu. I found myself in that cave and I survived, you sons of guns. I got hit by tentacles. I saw my friends die. I'm I lived.
You
I
didn't go in
lived.
that cave.
You were there, man.
I think Seymour is going to spend as much time on the road as he can.
Okay.
He wants to get more training with his sword and
Mhm.
probably also joins adventures.
Yeah.
I think Asher maybe buys some property, becomes like a crime lord
Oh, I like that.
in the town.
Do you think Asher would go with the group at all, or do you think that he would just
No,
stay? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think he stays and sort of builds. I mean, 6 gold pieces seems like a good
That's
amount
a
of gold
that's a
pieces.
fucking lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he begins sort of the seed of a crime empire
I
in
love it.
in
I
the
love
town.
it. Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, great. Well, with that, we will conclude this level 0 funnel. This is kind of how characters are made. Is yes, you guys are apparently all fighters. Oops, all fighters. But that's great. What did y'all think? Did y'all have fun? Good system, all of
That
that
was so
stuff?
much fun.
Yeah,
When
this is
when the
great.
rocks collapsed on the wall and 5 PCs were just wiped out, I'm like,
Oh,
holy shit. Yeah, we're playing
incredible.
OSR. Let's
Yeah.
go.
It's good. It's really good.
Incredible.
The
Yeah.
amount of devastation and death. Ooh, it hits the
Immediately.
spot. Yeah, it hits the
Yeah.
spot.
It's good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, very cool. Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been RPG Reanimators It's Alive actual play of Dungeon Crawl Classics, Sailors on the Starless Sea. I'm Colin Richards. You can find me online at Colin Richards Art on like everything, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky now, website. Great. Nathan.
All right. Check out RPG Reanimators. We've actually played through some of Colin's scenarios. Uh,
One of
scenarios,
them.
plural, one,
One of them.
one.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
was multiple episodes. That was a lot of fun. You can check out our Patreon now. We have a Patreon. You'll get early access to videos as we upload them, and help support the channel and everybody's reckless acquisition of recording equipment. Um,
Very cool. I'm Alex. I'm also an RPG reanimator. Nathan already plugged all that good stuff. But if you're a real Alex super fan, I got some free content up at surrealsun.com.
Nice.
And check out David Behavior, my horror book review podcast.
What's the website?
It's the Pinecast website. I mean,
Nathan,
if you look
go.
it'll be in the
below,
description.
Where all fine podcasts are consumed. Look
I
up
mean,
David Behavior.
look up at David Behavior.
All right,
it's
sweet.
it's not a popular name.
Well, That's awesome. I feel very plugged up. So thank you guys very much. This has been fun, and I can't wait for the next one.
All
Bye.
right.
Later.
Bye.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to check out the RPG Reanimators podcast for horror scenario reviews, interviews, gaming discussions, and more.